wake, watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? So where do we go?
我觉得从那天起，墙上的电视机里，我抱有人们是在工作心结，无法忍受的沉默，代理委托的生活，对抗堕落的困兽，找寻逃脱的实质，想进脆弱凛冽的风大带走我的魅力，抛去狂妄自大的鞭子，都想和现实对垒，越过这台阶去寻找那规则，一次来个媒介，举起火把点燃驱散灰色。What I wanna say, we all have the same desire.
I come alive, burn in the night like wildfire. Falling in the blue, I'm following the stars. Swear I will fight until I run out of very my love. Fighting for the ones that are lost in the heart. Oh, I know it's hard to see the end. I know it's hard to see the end. We're not making out my fate.
Hey guys, oh man, we're spinning cogwheels again. Anyways, hi! Welcome back, because this is now the third place match of Season 3 for Genshin Ranked. I'm your host, Cuddles00, and joining me today is Swazzy. Say hi.
What's up? Hello.
Yeah, but I'm happy to be here, man. Always a pleasure, you know?
No, literally. Oh my god. We are nearly at the end of the road. Like, this is like the second to last match you'll ever see for this season of Ranked. How you feeling, Cuddles?
Honestly, I'm a little tired, but I'm glad that we're making it through. This has just been an honor being able to work with and also perform in all these matches with you guys, and it's just been so fun. I can't even imagine to begin that like I would have ended up here 4 years ago, right, when I first started playing Genshin Impact. But here we are now, and I think this is honestly some of the best Genshin Impact I could have ever asked for. So I'm really glad to see you guys again. And yeah, let's just have a good match between two really interesting teams that we've been very hyped to see throughout the tournament, wouldn't you say?
Oh yeah, 100%. Because, oh my gosh, the teams in question have been around for a very long time, like since like before the season started, and we've had some amazing matchups last weekend. So honestly, I cannot wait to see what like this match has and like to tell and offer.
Yeah, these teams have been really hacking away at Genshin Impact Ranked for the last several months, and you can tell in just like the way that they play on field and the way that they're cohesive, working together as not just individual players that are mechanically talented, but as teams as a whole. It's just really impressive seeing what they bring to the table. And with the two teams that we have before us today, the Sanest Travelers and Touch Grass together, I think this is going to be a really interesting competition that I'm really excited to look out for.
Oh, 100%. So we got some interesting history actually with these two teams. This is not the first time they have fought each other before. Because if you all were around here for like since season 2, we've had like one of the closest matches ever in like the history of Genshin Ranked, that like went into overtime on Drake. And like it just, oh my gosh. Like since then, like people like to this day have remembered that match, and honestly like seeing them again like fight for it like this late into the brackets is just like it's like watching history repeat itself again.
Yeah, and maybe the outcome of it can be a little different too. The notoriety of these teams came from the fact that Touch Grass together was facing up against a 19-0 the Sanest Travelers back in the day. So it was like a real intense competition for them to be facing. Unfortunately for TGT, TST ended up continuing their winning streak for quite a while up until T5 came in and interrupted that this season. But now, again, TST and TGT, the rivals, are facing up against each other, both with some pretty fierce competition. But, you know, what are we doing all this for, Swazzy? Why are we playing Genshin Ranked this season? What are we doing?
Oh my gosh, the American Heart Association is a fundraiser that we've been like sort of reaching out and like collabing with, and
Yeah. So
Yeah,
a
it's
little
just
bit,
the whole
a little bit about it. So one of our original founding members had a father who underwent a major cardiac surgery because he had a clogged valve as well as some clogged coronary arteries. And ever since then, he's been doing well. But we also wanted to use this moment to kind of bring awareness to heart disease and cardiac health as a whole, because it really does have a long-term impact on how you're doing in life, especially for Genshin Ranked and in the scope of Genshin Impact as a total. It's always good to be able to take a break from the things that you're doing, which is kind of why, being able to kind of ease your mind a little bit with games is always kind of a nice break from the stress of work. But you can't spend all your time on the computer. So this is kind of just everybody's reminder to touch grass together and go ahead and keep yourself sane while you go travel somewhere else. But I had to do that. I had to do it. Come on. But in all seriousness, though,
You had to weave in the pun right here and there.
no, but I think it's really important because a lot of the members here in Ranked, we focus on maintaining like a balanced lifestyle, and it really does help us play at the level that we do. Because in order for us to actually, stay sharp and stay focused on field, we have to take care of our bodies. For me, I literally just like went out. I had a little fun jog down at the storm drain. Got to go see a bunch of cool birds while going out and doing a walk. I don't know. What do you do for exercise, Leslie?
Oh, okay, well the other day I was just walking my dog like out in the streets. It was a sunny day and like it was actually a really nice day to like see just the sunrise and like come out and just have a breath of fresh air, just like and yeah, it's honestly a nice change of pace, after being like staying home all day and just being on my monitor. So
Yeah, I mean,
having an exercise here and there like really helps out like your personal well-being in general. And
a lot of the rewards here that we have are related mainly to those who want to participate more in Ranked, because there's a very, very strong chance that we are going to be moving on to Season 4, and we're going to be continuing these competitive events in the long-term future. So with that being said, these are a few different interesting little rewards that you can get. I actually have like the little card.co player card on my profile on my Discord if you do want to like click and take a look at that. So that's also really cool. But yeah, if you guys donate $25, anything that you want can be posted on this stream. So far, the 2 people that have donated have not redeemed their reward, although they definitely can do that for finals. Kaizen and Joe Man, I'm looking at you guys. But yeah, if you guys have any ideas for funny things that you want us to take a look at, absolutely go ahead and send them our way. But yeah, this is going out for the American Heart Association. We wanted to make sure that those who do need cardiovascular health, as well as those who kind of need someone who's able to champion for their health equity in situations where they might not be able to have coverage or receive treatment. I think that's really important. And for that reason, we're very thankful to the American Heart Association for helping us out. But anyways, moving on. What do we have in front of us today? I think we have 2 pretty cool teams, wouldn't you say, Swez?
oh, 100%. Oh my gosh.
Tell us a little bit about
like-
TST.
All right, TST, all of these members have been around for a really long time, and like all of these players have been around like since last season as well. And I never get over like all the character win rates and like how exceedingly like well performed like each of these players have been like making it through. And they're like particularly like with some of these like players, like you have like them on different character niches, and just like it's like per se they're like signature characters.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, right? Like, why are you putting? You can't give Popsicle Farina, you can't give Kiyokaza, you can't give Hyuden Hutal. Just like look at these win rates. It's just like exceedingly out of their mind. Like, man, I think it's just really hard to see people who consistently play characters well. Sorry, but I mean, especially with TST. I mean, for Popsicle, I know for a fact that he is a pretty big Hutao Yelan Farina player, and that definitely shows in his best in slot characters. Kyo also Kyo's more the support player of their team. Got that C2 Kazuha locked in there at the 88%.
Oh my god! Speaking of C2 Kazuha, it looks like a lot of ranked people are gonna get him on his Rayron in the next patch.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's funny too, because like Kazuha's one of these characters that just has like a lot of longevity. even outside of ranked. Like you can pretty much pick him up and you'll probably be able to still use him in the next 2 years too, which is something that we're really looking forward to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like bro's been going at it for like since he was released into the game. He's still up strong, keeping up with the meta in ranked. It's like it's just a wow. And then
Yeah,
you have a
he's
player
just-
here as well. Like, big like Neo enthusiast and like also just like another avid like arena player, having a high Yelan win rate as well.
Yeah, keep in mind he also brings the C2 Nahida to the table in the Dentro teams. So whenever you're expecting a Dentro comp to pull out, probably start considering a player's roster. So I feel like he's probably going to be one of the ones playing today. And then last but not least, you also have Puden, Spiral Abyss speedrunner for such a long time over in Brazil servers. But again, he's mostly a Hu Tao, Raiden Shogun, and
Yeah. He's been
a
throwing
Ganyu
his
player
hat
as
into
well.
the ring, like in all these Abyss drafts for a long time, like while also playing these characters. I'd imagine, like like as you said, the Hu Tao, the Yelan. It's like crazy stuff, really.
Yeah. But over on the other side, I think there's also some other players to definitely talk about. Because as for TGT, I mean, this is a new and upcoming team from Season 2, but I think they're here to stay. I think they're here to make a pretty sizable impact in ranked, because the members that they've got, I mean, you got Day, you got Lemmy, you got Foster and Mina, like all of these are really strong and talented players in their own right. So I'm not entirely surprised
course.
if I start seeing a lot more TGT wins in our future, which, could include today.
The 38 games of Hu Tao from Foster's side is still getting me to this day. Like, holy crap.
Yeah, that's a lot of Hu Tao, man. Like, I mean, bro just likes his Hu Tao. But we have
Yeah,
we have a funny
what can we
ass
say?
sticker in our server that just says "Do not give this man Hu Tao." It's for a
literally.
pretty good reason. But yeah, I mean, Day in and of himself as well. Farina 71%. You got Lemmy through Shalonin on the 83%, but he also
Yeah.
plays a lot of Mavuika as well. Day is originally a child in Raiden main, who actually only started in like version 3.4, did Spiral Abyss speedrunning, but now we have him over here in ranked, and it's honestly a
Day
pleasure.
has been excelling a lot in his Raiden gameplay, and there's still a day where like eventually he will get a good electric goblet.
Yeah, he will.
And
He will eventually, soon, one day. But moving on,
mean, hey,
Foster. Yeah.
I mean, hey, like now we have the Imaginarian Theater like giving us out the Sanctifying Elixirs. As part of the rewards, which is something.
I mean, that'll bail him out as long as he 9 stars IT. So, good luck to you, Day. Moving on, though, we also have Foster, who apparently loves playing Sitlali, although I know this is an absolute lie because he has been playing every DPS under the sun. Well, mostly just focusing on Hu Tao, focusing on Molani. Just some very strong picks coming from him in general. He plays like hyper carries, and it's really interesting because TGT is built as a team that kind of surrounds his ability to hyper carry. But it's really good though. I mean, like if you've seen some of the times that he sets, these are like way above standard clear paces. You're talking like 20-something second Drakes, 20-second Asimons. He knows what he's doing, and he can definitely one rotate bosses if he wants to on that Milani. So I don't know, maybe if that comes up, Foster. We'll see. But he also is no, well, he's a big champion of Varessa in the upcoming season for Genshin Ranked. He's really excited to play her. Unfortunately, he believes that Varessa needs R1 in order to be functional. Although I will say,
Vivid notions. Yeah.
that he has a vivid notion that it needs to be in. Sorry.
And then we have Mina here as well, who has just a great synergy with TGT, with C2 Nahida, and just like opening up their like Dendro comps, and also like having a very consistent Farina win rate as well. Like, well, quite the most consistent you can get, like 100%. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, and last but certainly not least here, we have Lemmy, who is basically functionally a Geo main, but also has a really strong Mav for this team. Shiori, Navi, and Mavuika are probably the strongest best suits that you're going to see. Interesting to see that he's most successful on the Shalonin, although I will say with this team in particular, I've seen the Mav come out a lot more than any other characters so far. But yeah, he's been here since Kaizen's co-op wars all the way back in 2023, and now it's 2025. Can you believe that? It's been 2 years since like the first idea that Spark Genshin Ranked existed. That's
Oh my
interesting.
gosh! Speaking of which, yeah, like these two teams have been put together and like being rounded up by our by their big mentor like Miles from like season 2. Big shout out to that guy. And
Yeah. Shout out to my goat Miles. But yeah, he says that they've cooked today's draft, which should be really interesting. Because if I can go ahead and get ourselves a little bit of a coin flip before we start, I think that would definitely be really cool. Let me see. So TST being the higher seed in the bracket, they are Team 2. And it looks like they want to call heads for their coin flip, so let's go ahead and see what they can get.
the second to last coin flip of the season.
Yeah, second to last, and it's heads, and they do lock in Team 1, so they will be starting the
Alright.
draft and going on right ahead. So
Alright,
what are
let's see.
yeah, so what are you expecting here? Here's the thing. TST and TGT are effectively both very high end or like high tier teams that can clear really fast.
Oh,
If they want
100%.
checks, you're gonna expect VARs. Like if you want DPS checks, you're gonna expect VARs. It's
Oh
really
my
interesting
gosh.
right off the bat.
Automaton, look at that. I predicted Automaton like before the stream started. I don't know if you remember, Cuddles. Like we had a small conversation about boss predictions. Automaton is one of them in my mind.
Yeah. Well,
So
I mean, like, I know it's a favorite boss of any Natlan abuser at the moment, but it's really curious to see because I guess TST is banking on the fact they'll either get a Milani or a Mapuika or a Chaska. Maybe they'll leave all of those windows open and try to use that to their advantage, but we'll have to see.
They have, yeah, they have the Notland characters open in position for that boss.
Yeah.
And they go with Knave as a response from TGT sides.
Very strong counter. I think like Knave honestly definitely would be a good counter for a Mapuika. But
They have
man,
their plans. Papilla and
intense.
Knave, Automaton. Yeah, these are fast picks as well. Like, let me see. Let me tell
But
you.
it's funny because like I guess you can assume that they're just the confidence that both of these these teammates have like in each other, in their own team. Sorry, but it's like Automaton, Knave, and Papilla are so incredibly aggressive to just start off anyhow that I wonder if they're gonna have to start considering healer picks or Shalonin, or maybe they're just gonna go ahead and ignore it entirely. I mean, I'm not sure what the
This
plan
is gonna
is
be a
yet.
ruthless match.
Yeah, and just to
Gold Flame as
further
well.
lock in the Natlan viability, Gold Flame comes in, but I want to mention right here that this is definitely disabling Nav a little bit just with the boss picks. I mean, you can see Milani preference come out, maybe Chaska preference come out, but you can't really give a clear window for much else in
These are-
terms of major DPS.
These are pretty good Nihita bosses as well, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, good Nahida. Actually, maybe good Nivelette now that I'm reflecting on it a little more. Mainly because, I mean, Nivelette would slay all of these bosses. I think if you ran like a Nivelette Farina team, throw Hu Tao in there, throw Foster's Hu Tao, throw Popsicle's Hu Tao, have them run head to head into each other and see how
Yeah.
that works out. And
Also,
just to close it off,
Arlecchino.
one last check.
And
DPS check.
all right, this is gonna be such an interesting match. Because all of these bosses were picked so fast. All these teams like know what they're doing. They're locking in like all these bosses.
Yeah, I wonder
So
if Popsicle's using this
honestly-
time to think, or if he already knows what. Like, I don't know if he's actually a little confused by the Knave, by the EFG and the Gold Flame. I can't tell if he's actually confused by Team 2 picks, or if he's just taking his time so that he can work with what he's already planned out.
And Nahida,
But Nahida
is
banned.
banned.
Yeah, I mean, first ban
Nahida
coming
is
in.
a amazing second pick, like as Team 2. Just like to swipe that instant Nahida Chlorins and just be generally a devastating force to deal with all of these bosses. So the Nahida ban makes sense. We'll see what TGT bans though.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like right now we're just in a very thinking part of the game still. I mean, it's only your first ban. You don't have to instantly knock out anything. But I guess TGT, if they decide they don't want anything, any one boss in particular, or character, they're gonna knock out Chaska. And that makes sense. TGT doesn't have Chaska, so
Wait,
they want to
yes.
manipulate that vulnerability a little bit in their favor. But Milani ban comes out instantly from Popsicle, probably targeting Fosters. So that Mav Wika is still open. It's gonna be Mav and Shalonin as like the major. Well, you
Tao
still
is
have
now open
Kanish,
too.
maybe.
Farina is currently open as well. I wonder how contested, because both TGT and TST have really amazing Farina comps with their Hutals, like their Hydro Cores.
Yeah, so they'd be either giving up like a Farina comp or some new interesting Mavlico comp, and I wouldn't be surprised if Popsicle is starting to consider something interesting in the map angle. But again, TGT still has one ban to decide, and they ultimately go with the Bennett ban, just again for
Bennett,
safety. Despite like, you know, this boss not really being a Pyro boss roster, I still think it just might be a little bit of a safety thing, try to ward off any niche gameplay you might see, especially considering the triple Natlin check. So I mean, it is what it is. I wouldn't be too surprised about the Bennett ban, but there they go. Farina insta-lock
Go
for
with
TGT
the Farina
or
pick.
TST.
Yes.
And I think
my
TGT
gosh.
has, TGT has Math, has Shalonen if they want to respond. Maybe a
Kazuha
Math.
is open too.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot left on the table for TGT, and I think at this point, it's probably best for both teams to just pick something they're comfortable with. I think getting something that you know how to play is much better for your DPS, you know, it's much better for your DPR when you know the character. And there you go, Nivelette Steel.
Nuvolette.
Ooh.
Nuvolette's such an amazing pick for all of these bosses in general as well. And
they
they
all
do go
have
for the
TGT.
Hydro Steel.
But
Alright.
okay, so
Alright.
that's a little spicy there. Looks like they want to go mono. You know, maybe they can. They definitely have the option for a Kazuo Shalonen mono if they really believe in their Hydro that much. But this definitely is going to disrupt TST a little bit. I think
I wonder
we
what other
haven't-
Farina comps there are. Chaska, Mualani, and the two Hydras are stolen. We just have, like, what? Like, those are the core Farina teammates you see in ranked, and if all of them are denied, then...
yeah, this is going to be a moment they're going to have to think about. There's a Mav lock for sure from Pops, but
Let's go.
again, keep in mind, I've never seen TGT play like this in draft. And there you go, they're going to go for a little bit of a vape.
Wow.
Maybe just, again, it feels like it might have to be mono, but at least having that Kazuo there is going to secure them.
Oh,
bit of a
this
safe
might be
pick.
a mega. Oh, and the Hutao. Yeah,
And
but that might
Foster
be a
Tao.
mega, like, hyper carry, like Malvika comp right there. But then we have TGT's, like, Foster's Hutao with their either the Nuvolette or Yelan. Oh my gosh, this is going to be a tight match. For
Yeah, because like
sure.
honestly, the way I'm seeing things, right? I think Foster is just gonna say, you know, screw it, this third place match, I'm gonna go ahead and try to play my main character in a way that I'm comfortable and just mess them up and see how they go.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, this boss draft does not favor Hu Tao. I'm gonna say this right off the bat. Like, this is not a very Hu Tao friendly boss draft. I mean, like, you have Knave, right? And then Gold Flame as well. Like, I mean, Gold Flame is squishy enough, I would assume, but it's just this entire list
They
would lean more
knocking out
towards
the
the map.
Chlorins out the park, so there's no more taser kill into these bosses, unfortunately. Well, fortunately for Foster's mind, but
Man does not enjoy playing into Taser, that's for sure. But this is a little weird because again, I think Foster realizes that the Ganyu is open if they want to play a Melt Mav. That's definitely still under
yeah.
consideration.
the
And then-
Shalonen ban was definitely valid because now TGT is kind of limited on their support options. So
Yeah, they're out of healer, but then they pull out the Sitlali, and I think Sitlali is probably one of the safer
Sitlali.
choices that they have.
Yeah. Okay.
I could honestly see Sitlali as an in-between support for the Hu Tao Yelan. Because here's the thing, right?
Oh,
a lot of
yeah.
people assume that Frina and Nivolette, Frina Yelan might be the core. But again, remember, you know, Sitlali still buffs Hydro characters damage, still buffs Pyro character damage, and can honestly work to kind of bridge that vape section. And-
You can occasionally get those like fun.
yeah, the
melt
bonus
numbers as
bonus
well.
damage melt, you know what I mean? So maybe there's a chance that might happen. We'll just have to see how that plays out.
Keyword sometimes.
And there you go, TST locking in Ganyu to secure a Melt Mav.
Look at that.
But here's the thing, now both characters are kind of in a bad situation because they have their carry on Pyro characters and then they drafted 2 Pyro bosses. So I don't know what they're really cooking out there. I feel like
honestly-
TST might have a little bit of a disadvantage at the moment.
Who knows though? Because I mean, I've seen like gameplay where a Mav Kazuha Ganyu comp can actually be quite a devastating force when you play it really well. If you know the Malvika combo. And
Yeah, exactly. But
like
the thing is that
everything
they're still playing into Gold Flame, so unless they get like double swirls, then I have a feeling it could be a little problematic. The
we
Raiden
might
Shogun's
see
so
Putin come
little-
into action with the C3 Raiden though. Oh my gosh.
I can't really read Popsicle's draft at the moment. Maybe okay. Here's the thing. Maybe Farina Kazuha, just as a core, is a little stronger than I thought it would be because I just haven't seen it or tested it myself. But I'm still trying to piece it together because, again, Farina and Kazuha, you're really putting a lot of trust in a single hyper carry if that is your build. There we go. Arlecchino lock coming in for
the
TGT.
late pick Arlecchino was awesome though. Wow.
It's definitely
I honestly
interesting seeing
forgot
characters
Arlecchino was
being
open.
shifted down.
Yeah, wait, it's so weird seeing Arlecchino being picked this late. I will say, oh my gosh. I forgot she was here.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's not really a super favorable Arlecchino draft either. I mean, you're going from Papillo to Goldflame to Animo Cube again, right after you've gotten out of a domain. So all of this doesn't really set up well for Arlecchino Bond.
That's true, that's true. I mean, you still have to, like, the remaining bosses. And they go to Kokomi. Oh
This
my
guy.
gosh.
They knew, they probably had a feeling TST was going to do that on the pick 6, but otherwise they didn't have a healer. So honestly, Kokomi, probably one of the best options they could have gone with. But yeah, I feel like TST, they can just one-trick the Farina the whole match, and at this point, I don't think the pick 6 really matters for them. It looks like they're really
Honestly,
committed to that move.
allocating Farina and Kazuha last on one player can be fine. And then people hide them. Okay.
Okay, is this Hyper Bloom? It looks like Hyper Bloom to me.
We have some
I have
clicking
no
costs,
idea
I'd
what to
imagine
expect from
with-
that, but
I mean, look, like we have Raiden Alhythem, like C3, like Raiden with Alhythem, and also, like they will probably get buffed better Farina. I'd imagine that's one comp. I have never seen that comp specifically in action. We might, who knows? We might see that right now, like in this match, and like that could have been something that would have been cooking under our radar.
yeah, I mean, like, again, under our radar is like the best way to describe it because I haven't seen a functional Hyper Bloom team really show up, even like anything for Neil. Well, Neil is like just normal Bloom, but I just haven't seen a built Hyper Bloom team of any kind. I don't know about you, Swazzy, but have you seen one that works?
I've heard of Burgeon in Oceanid by Honorary PXL. That's about it.
Yeah, but yeah, again, that being about it, I mean, it's just kind of difficult to say. We'll,
Oh, yeah,
we'll
for
have to
sure.
see it. And we'll have to see how that
See
goes.
so.
Hopefully, as we
Again, it really does come down to gameplay, like at the end of it all, right? Like,
Yeah,
because
no,
these are all hard bosses.
I think here's the thing you have to remember, right? Both of these teams can DPS well, right? They have very prolific players on both sides. So what you're going to be expecting is good clear pacing, good damage, and consistency above all. The thing is, one team is going to have to be more consistent than the other in order for them to win.
Oh, 100%. How much do you want to bet that there will be another overtime, like, into this?
Yeah, it's likely there could be an overtime. I wouldn't be surprised if this first half just ends up 3-3, and then both team members just kind of have to decide what they're going to do from there. But, I mean, it's still a little tough to even get there to overtime, especially, again, when your boss roster is just unfavorable. I think Team 2 is just going to have a little bit more of a favor. Because here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
When you're... I mean, unless they're playing Hyper Bloom, right? Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe on Knave and on Goldflame, they play Hyper Bloom to get through it, and they live, and then they force Team 2 to play, right? The thing is, as Team 2, when you see Team 1 already has issues struggling with the first boss, you know you can play it safe, because they're ahead of you, right, in terms of pace, so you can kind of control the tempo a little bit in your regard. You can just say, like, you know, I don't feel like dying, but I don't need to clear super fast. You know, that's the thing that you kind of get as Team 2.
It's the average Knave experience for
Oh no, but it's consistently an experience too, and I wonder if TST is kind of going to break out of that a little bit, kind of by putting people on kind of by playing that Hyper Bloom team, just to have something that is functional for a little bit. Like, I think that's a pretty valid strategy.
I'm noticing a pattern where like Kokomi is actually a pretty popular character pick throughout the season. Have you noticed that, Carlos?
Yeah,
Like,
Kokomi is just like a very solid healer, very solid hydro application, and honestly, I'm not even that surprised that she shows up quite a bit. Because at the end of the day,
Yeah.
if you have like a shield to break, or if you have vapes that you need to set up, Kokomi does a fantastic job of doing that. And I wouldn't miss it.
oh,
I wouldn't want
is
less,
this the
yeah.
first? Wait, is Popsicle not playing? That's interesting.
Popsicle is it looks like Popsicle's going to be on Putin's account. from what I can see, because
Oh,
he's
maybe.
he's in the team VC. That's gonna be
Yeah,
fun.
maybe. Oh yeah, that's true. But yeah, it looks like like they all have a Farina they can like juggle around because all of them have CG Farina, and then
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the other thing that definitely makes TST like quite a difficult team to play against is that because they have that Farina on a pivot, it's like anytime somebody comes up with a Hydro character, they're like, oh, let's just consider a Farina team at that point, Like, they have good DPS, and it's something that's really worth considering for them. A player locking in the Alhaitham and the Mavuika. So, I mean, you can see the Hyper Bloom come together for sure, and then the Mavuika. I'm imagining it's gonna be a toss up between whether or not they want to do a Farina vape that's buffed, or if they want to do like melt. I don't know if the Farina vape's gonna be able to conquer that damage of 2 times the damage though. It's like what vape is like 1.5x plus EM buff plus 100% damage percent. So yeah, that's true. TST with the
reverse
netherite
vape,
build.
yeah.
Possible could be building
Netherite.
netherite. I think definitely having sharpness available as an option. I would say like
Oh, don't forget
sharpness, sweeping edge.
Smite. And
Yeah. Well, no, you don't really want Smite into this boss list, especially because you're playing against a lot of like neutral mobs, right? And you're seeing like automaton.
that's true. So yeah, so Bane of our Arthropods would be suboptimal here then in that case.
Yeah.
And
Likely Putin has power 5 on his Ganyu if he's still gonna play that, or Popsicle's using Putin's power 5. And power 5 Skyward Harp, that tends to happen. You see that quite frequently.
Don't forget Kier's first grade magic that has just insane like punch into it.
Yeah, just being able to stagger a boss and keep it, CC is definitely a very essential skill, I would say. So yeah, overall, really excited to see what TST is gonna happen. I wonder what TGT is doing for their prep though, because I imagine they gotta be up to some sort of cook.
Honestly, wait, how much you want to bet that like a Sitlali Hu-Tao plus Hydro Core can actually enable Hu-Tao to sometimes melt occasionally instead of vape?
Wait, but I don't know if they can they do that though? I don't know if Lemmy has Sitlali. I know Foster does for sure.
Oh.
I don't know if I'm crazy. Maybe it's just a late setup. Putin responding saying that Chaska Bow is the second great magic, and I would 100% agree with that. Third great magic, Aqua Simulacra. Come on, you should know this. But it came before. It came before, but they wanted to release the third one before the first one, so that's why that came out.
Okay, and over here we're finally getting our ER domains right and going. We're readying their engines.
Yeah, and I think TST is going to be the one starting first, so we should definitely go ahead and take a look at their side.
Yeah. And here should be Final Energy as well.
Definitely, I mean, they can head out. Because 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I agree. Overall, like this match,
I'm very looking forward to the outcome of the match because, like, much like to the Uru versus TST match, like, or the BLG versus TGT match, like, this can go either way. It just depends on like which sparks right in the right moment.
Yeah, like it does come down to who wants it more, because both teams are playing slightly suboptimal comps into a suboptimal list of bosses, but they have confidence. They're good players, and it's really, I feel like today is going to be more of a testing ground to see some stuff cook. And I think that's what I'm honestly excited for, because you're going to be seeing a lot of teams that really shouldn't otherwise exist, but they're going to be coming out too. And then, like, especially for season 4, I wouldn't be surprised if someone tries running Hyper Bloom Bresso and it magically shreds.
Also, shout out to the rep's name, Borbor.
Thank you, Borbor and Lananer, for coming to ref us.
I don't know if that was intentional, because we have an Australian caster witnessing of the thing. If so, gosh dang it, gosh darn it.
I will say Miles has wanted to found the Insanest Travelers for a very long time. It's really interesting. It's really funny to me too. Miles helped found TGT during season 2, and here he is watching his team play effectively for the last was it maybe for season 3, but then you also have TST who are playing their last season together for the time being. And this is probably this is the last TST match you're gonna watch, guys. You know,
we've been hearing that like they may not be able to continue for the next season for the time being. But so like this could just very well be their great like big send off.
this could be their third great magic. I'm losing my mind. But I mean, regardless, I still think that it's, as much as I joke, I do want to give both of these guys the respect they deserve because they earned it. It's a lot to put yourself in this position right now, and they committed to it.
Automaton, and like if I remember correctly, like season 2, they have practiced a lot on Automaton, right? Like because I remember Automaton being like the other boss being drafted, like when they fought against TGT in season 2.
Yep. And Automaton was one of the bosses that really put a lot of pressure on TST. I remember it caused I think it had 2 deaths, and it forced them to reset and go into overtime because they had to just play for safety. They had to play for something that was going to be consistent. But yeah, TGT had quite a bit of practice on Automaton back then. And it's just seeing how they are now. I wonder if TST is kind of adapted. Here's the thing, I would expect Spirit Speaker to come up because I was expecting maybe Popsicle would have told his team to start practicing a ton.
Notes from BLG.
Yeah, but it's just not really the same. But I don't know, they still have to leave an impact for their final legacy. And I think what it's worth is going to be great.
Yeah, for sure.
Sorry if I am a little quiet. I'm reflecting on all the good memories that we had with season 1 and season 2, both with TGT and TST. These guys have been here for over a year. It's been over a year of competitive ranked Genshin Impact with these guys.
It's crazy to think how like while I was the best drafting in Kirkwood, we had all these different teams rounding up in season 1 of Genshin Ranked. We were all living differently for competitive, and it's so cool to see all of us come together for the season's send-offs.
Yeah, the script. What is it? The script for this episode, I think, is pretty interesting. What I've written so far. I'm really excited for the part where TST is gonna. What is it? They're gonna be down 2-4, and then they're gonna come back and then win in overtime on Drake because that's where it all started for them. You know what I mean? I'm super excited for that to happen because that's what's happening next. Just letting you guys know in advance. Yeah. I had to look at the script beforehand. The script says. I mean, the script says they win. I don't know about you guys. Does it say? Does it say that there on your papers? Because I don't know if it's. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, right there on that page. You see it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. So they should win this one.
Anyway, we're about to kickstart.
They win this one. Yeah.
The 3rd place match for Automaton. Right here and here. Dude, I say this every time as a caster, or it's oh my gosh, and we're about to kickstart it off. But it's the most exciting part. Well, one of the most exciting parts of a game is just seeing the first boss in action, right?
Yeah, because honestly, the first boss really does kind of set the pace and set the tempo for the rest of the match. And you're definitely going to see that right now here. A-player Popsicle and Kyo.
Here they go. Let's
friends from the start.
Swirl.
Bring it all back together.
All right.
And here we go with some fun map melt combos. Popsicle trying to get a little aggressive, but he has to find the proper DPS windows to do these. And he's not doing the combo. He's just going for a little bit of safe right now. Still wants to play that map melt, and he is getting those melts, but it's not really the same thing that he's looking for or same thing that he expected. I have a feeling. Again, they have to kind of hover on the outside here, play a little safe because it does go into a double phase.
See Mav go vroom vroom on this.
Oh, look at that coordination! This team knows each other so well, and it's really nice to see that. Gets a little bit of a crowd setup, doesn't melt unfortunately for a 200,
This becomes
but that
a
should
Garnu hyper
still
carry
be a
now,
great
though.
clear. And now it's up to A player to go and finish a job with the bloom, and there it is for a 46-second clear.
Second. That was on pace for sure.
Good start.
Wow.
Good start. Yep. That's definitely like about what you would
Alright.
expect for just a good team in general. And I mean, hey, Pops knows his map Weka well. Didn't necessarily land the most optimal melts, but he did what he could, and I think it honestly made a nice bit of difference. But here we go into TGT side. I didn't even notice the transition. Did you notice the
Let's
transition?
see how beautiful their coordination is for the pillar. Wow, the pillar breaking was just so in sync as well. It was beautiful to watch. We'll see if the time to beat for TGT is 46 seconds. Can they replicate that, or perhaps overpass it? Let's see.
Yeah.
And wow, yeah. So it's looking like it'll be a mix between the Hydra, like melts and vapes for this comp.
Yeah, definitely between the
Frozen.
Arlecchino. I mean, like, again, this is interesting to see because this really would go to show like whether or not Silali is truly viable as like a VV shredder in a way, because that's effectively the role that she's
Yeah.
serving despite being cryo. But it's like VV shred with the bonus bit of forward melt damage. We're about to witness that right
Silali
here.
is a rare ranked character as well.
Yeah, but Day here is playing a little passive. Definitely wants to make sure that he has a lot of good uptime. Wants to make sure that he's safe, if anything. Arlecchino combos on this boss especially are a little difficult to execute just because of how long the boss lives. You can tell like right now he's kind of sitting out waiting for it to go into phase. Could go for a full absorb right there and does go in for a little bit of ticks of the damage, but again, generally playing it
so the-
safe. And
see the
Silali
melt
goes ahead
speed.
and hops up.
Wow, look at that.
Very clever strat. Not as fast of a break as what TST had, and this isn't going to be a 46 second clear. So even though it was close, it's not close enough, and it does look like the Sanest Travelers are going to be walking away with a win on their first boss.
One up on their bosses though. It's a good
Yeah.
attempt from TGT though. Like,
But
they
yeah,
still had,
TGT
like, Arlecchino combos
still-
weaving in.
Still finishes it off, leaves off a little bit of Bond, but unfortunately Knave's coming in next. The thing is, you got Foster with full ult, Lemmy with full ult, so next time these guys come out on field, they're going to be ready.
They are indeed, and oh my gosh, Knave again is just a very popular aggressive boss pick that could be quite lethal for both teams here and there, and
Yeah,
I
and
see some like exciting stuff.
yep, and there's a Hyper
So
Bloom.
they are
exactly as we-
locking into the Hyper Bloom, yeah. Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, you
I
got
don't
Kyo
know,
on
though,
the support
'cause-
Farina right there. Popsicle on an Alhaitham, which is actually one of the stronger characters for him to personally play. And then, last but not least, A player locking in the strong Raiden Shogun.
This Raiden will be getting buffed by a Farina too, and like aggravates as well. So I mean, it might not be like this could just be a good, like, just a safe team in general, and an appropriate one to go at for this boss.
And like, honestly, I would say definitely safety is something we're looking out for. We're looking for like a sub 130 clear for a team like this, I'd say. Not really much more, unless I could be proven wrong. Maybe like the aggravate stays. Right? But I think I am open to interpretation just because I'm not too well versed on the strength and versatility of a Farina team. But anyways, here we go. Popsicle goes ahead and throws out his ultimate right there for a little bit of
Opening
2-second
with that.
action.
Opening with the Raiden ult as well.
Yeah, it's a fair amount of damage,
that.
I'd say. It's definitely not it's definitely not little. I'll say that much. I mean, the pace, the clear time, you're looking at something that's about to be relatively expected. Kyo goes ahead and throws the second ultimate right there. Just trying to keep the buff up time
Just
for
cycling
the
the rotation
teammates.
so well.
Yeah, and the nice thing about Hyper Bloom, right, is that it has auto-locking attacks. So they don't really have to worry about most of their attacks missing, but I will say Popsicle's on a little bit of downtime. Farina switching to healing mode right there, just trying to get that bond of life off. And there we go, there's Popsicle's ultimate, but it misses a lot of the hits, which is a little unfortunate for them. But TST, again, they should have that Farina there, so they can go ahead and dive Arlecchino for the stun, but Arlecchino dives them in return.
Wow.
So that's going to be a
Oh,
little chaotic
wow.
for TST if they're
There's
able
a
to put
lot
something
of
back
things
together.
going on in this fight. Wow. Oh my gosh.
A lot of numbers that we're seeing, but it looks like it's the numbers that they need to cycle it. Although it will be a 1 minute clear, it still would probably be better than whatever TGT has to offer. But again, you know, maybe it's part of the script here. As Arlecchino goes ahead for a dive, makes sure that everybody is still staying up. And again, A player and Kyo
Oh,
staple to
yeah,
that
they
boss
are
so that Popsicle
draining
can get
the
his
HP.
Dendro cores off. But here's the thing,
They
you
are
know,
draining
Raiden
it.
Shogun, gotta be careful right there because Arle still fights back. And they should be able to execute this. Maybe not sub 130, but this is still a 130
Still a
clear
very,
pace.
very solid pace. Still a very good pace. And a competitive one of that can potentially like rival out and like beat TGTs.
And they are full ults too, so the
and
next time they
calm.
go into a Pyro boss, you know, they still have that for an option.
That's true, that's true. Here we go, we're about to kickstart. Oh, this will be a Mono Hydra with Sidlali in place of Kazuha or Shiloran.
Yeah, because I mean, like, here's the thing, right? When you're thinking about teams that are viable for Nave. I mean, Yolan has quite a bit of HP, but needs a healer. So I
Yeah.
wonder if they're gonna go with something along the lines of like maybe Prototype Amber. And I mean, it could be a Prototype Amber. I mean, we're seeing Avia get healed, the ref get healed over here. So I think for what it's worth, they actually know what they're doing because it's a really nice clear pace in general. I mean,
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
so Lolly's definitely putting in her fair share of work, and it's just a constant deluge of hydro application.
Oh,
coming
the
from both
range
Yolan
of
and
Sidlali
Niblette.
is just managing to reach that Nave as well. It's crazy, wow.
It's actually working out very well in their favor, and here we go. Snave goes for a dive. They do manage to get tagged just a little bit on Lemmy's end, but again, he should be opening up with another charge attack. Should be able to land another bit of break, and
yeah,
their
recovers.
pace is actually quite good for this, I will say.
Yeah,
But again, they do have to all in because they're still kind of at the same clear pace as TST right now, I think, as they're
it's gonna be
closing in on the
very
53
close.
seconds.
Yeah.
Right? But again, it's just consistent safe damage that
Okay.
they're looking at, and now the phasing is going to happen a little late. So everything
Oh,
is
it's gonna
going
be
to
close.
have to
This is gonna be
happen
very close.
right here, right
Do we have
now.
ults next? Right here, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Lemmy's go for a bit
and
of pre-show.
Niblette
They
is
intentionally
pre-charging
stalling.
right here.
But the dive
Wow,
isn't really
oh.
in the right place because Yolan goes down. So unfortunately for Day, that's just not going to be the most optimal timing. And again, this looks like this is going to be a bit of an issue right here. Lemmy has to wait for his skill to come back if he wants that heal, right? Foster just tapping away with Silali. At least getting a little bit of shred so they can
The
go ahead and finish
Knave-
off the boss.
The Knave targeting like the wrong players is like the last thing you want to happen because it could just take
Yeah.
you off guard. It's
But here's
quite
the thing, you
unfortunate
just
thing to
gotta
happen.
be reactive, right? And it's funny because you know you were really hoping that Lemmy was gonna be able to be there and just be ready, but Nave didn't find him. And then now they're just behind, both in their clear pace and now they're down 0-2 as well. So unfortunate for TGT.
Fortunately, Foster has ult next for the next boss, and I believe the next should be Goldflame. Was it? I don't have to post to Oh no,
Papilla.
Papilla. That's right.
And here's the fun thing, now they're going for a full application team, focusing a lot more on Raiden's ability to
spicy.
Raiden and Mav's ability to abuse Farina. And here's a funny thing, I've been seeing this a lot more. We're seeing rainbow teams come out a lot where it's Hydro, or what would be classically known as Vape Load, right? But you're seeing a lot more of this like Hydro,
Overvape.
Pyro.
Overvape.
Overvape, yeah,
Is it?
because here's the thing, right? Like you're reacting mostly off of you're able to kind of land hits off Hydro Aura and Electro Aura when it does get applied to a boss because Taser's kind of sticky. So
Yeah. I mean, this may be the rainbow destined to burn for the boss, right?
yeah. I mean, they have the Pyro Archon herself on that team. I wouldn't be surprised. But yes,
They got 3 Archons on this team actually.
Oh wait, yeah, you're
Archon
right.
comp.
This is Archon Vape Load right here. New comp unlocked.
Wow,
I
that
mean,
needs
like,
to be a comp for Season 4.
It might as well be. There you go. Popsicle lands a 290 right there off his
Wow.
Mavlika, and I think they're just gonna all in it. They got super
all in, yeah.
super nice RNG coming from Kenki. But here's the thing though, it's gonna phase in the middle. Right now, Popsicle has to make sure he's got enough gas in the tank to keep going. All in the
Yeah,
meanwhile,
To making
A
sure the
pla-
engines
A
are
player-
revving.
I
Oh,
think
this
A
is
player's
good
in the
pace.
ultimate right now, which is definitely keeping their pacing up. They gotta clear this in at least under like 35 seconds. Pops lands another big hit for 333, and that is going to secure a nice time of 36.84.
36.84. That's the full Archon Rainbow comp right there for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, like it's not a bad team, you know. It might not be optimal. It's not Pride team. It's not Shame, the Taser team, but like it's
no privilege.
well, I mean, any team with Mavlika built like that is a privilege, you know, especially when you got all the Archons together. So stupid.
It's true. Wow.
But yeah,
Okay,
that's
and-
definitely a map we could play for sure. Popsicle definitely carrying the bulk of the big hits right there. But he's getting his work in
Oh.
for sure.
Yeah, and it's like we're gonna take a little moment to just like readjust everyone's character status, see what happens.
Oh.
And...
Yeah, unfortunately, you're not allowed to keep energy after death. It looks like Day might have like accidentally spawned in. So we're gonna go ahead and do a funny
yeah.
thing called but how do I explain this? Focalore. Go Focalore yourself in game. So, so there's that.
If people understand the reference, or if people have done through Fontaine or Conquest.
I mean, they have to have like we're talking to NEN players here. Come on, they have to know. It's been a year.
Yeah, that's
Well,
true.
well, actually,
if you have
actually
not
hasn't
done
been a year,
through
has
Fontaine
it?
or Conquest.
Like Fontaine was
It
like
has, it
September of
has.
2023.
It's been 2 years, actually, like over 2 years. It's crazy how long that's been.
Oh,
Oh,
damn.
gosh.
Yeah.
And oh, they're bringing the Arlecchino comp instead, actually, over to Yellow. Makes sense. So if that's the case, I wonder if they'll go for the 70% tech that.
Yeah, but
that
this I
not
wonder
every
if like
team's
stop
been
it
doing.
because here's the thing, right? Because if you stop at that 70% bar and you have bad RNG, it's just not like a perfect clear pace, you know. Like I don't know if it's gonna beat that 36. The 36 is pretty fast, and keep in mind like they had a lot of front-loaded damage too from just the RNG of the phase up they got to start right off. Here we go. Looks like they're gonna play a little passive. So Lolly throws out that ultimate right there, and it is Kenki. It's the same exact rotation. So if they wanted to all in this, they definitely could. But it looks like they want to play passive. It looks like they might be calling for that 71%
Yeah,
tech.
it's looking like it.
And there they go,
and
there-
that's honestly
here's
a
the
smart
Stingray.
play.
And they should all in here. Lemmy gets tied a little bit, so that might set up a little bit of a stagger. Not getting those Arlecchino vapes off. Unfortunate, but it does
Wow.
happen to target Solali instead, giving the rest of the team a little bit of breathing room. But they don't down it. They don't kill it fast enough. And now Papilla manages to phase. And this is for sure setting up TST 3-0.
Fortunately, Owen
Wait,
has
that's not on
full
the
bond for the
script.
next boss if they wanted to, like play it on right for the next boss.
Yeah, which could honestly be one of the smart moves. Because here's the thing, like really, as long as you're up, or as long as you're tied 3-3, then that second half is going to be much easier for you. But here's the thing, right? If you're in TGT's position, keep in mind, like this was your opportunity to kind of play a little slower, a little more passive with the bosses. And the thing is, it turns out your competition is telling you, oh, you gotta go, you just gotta gas it. You know?
I mean, hey, full bond Arla for, I mean, even if it's up against Goldflame, that should still be considerable enough to help her out a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
and
kinda-
they're rerunning the Hyper Bloom comp right here.
Yep. Unfortunately, Kyo has burned her ultimate by accident. This has happened before to me as well, where I accidentally lose my entire ultimate. But it happens. I mean, like, come on, let's be real. Like,
We did
tell
not
me you
talk about
haven't done it.
Swazi accidentally pressing Q on the heat ult for
Yeah, but it is okay. I mean, like, here you go. You can still see them play, like, their Hyper Bloom team super well. They're starting off with a little bit of aggravate. They want to just get past this first phase. And here, Farina should probably switch over to damage if she can, but she doesn't want to. Oh, there she is, finally. And again, it's a good clear pace. It's still a little behind like the average team that you'd be expecting, but keep in mind, you know, you're playing with a relative safety for a Dendro team. You know, you have a strong Alhaitham, but also like you have to keep in mind, Raiden Shogun can only do so much for electro damage, and then you're relying entirely on Farina's damage percent buff to really help you out. So if they have to throw this boss, they're saying, you know, it's fine. We'll absolutely go without a 41.95 is something that we'll just have to do, and we'll have to take that home. But they're okay with it. I don't think they...
Raiden and Farina should have ult ready for the next as well.
Yeah, especially when you have like good ult cycling between each boss, like you really don't need to complain that much. So I think for what it's worth, there should be okay. But here we go again, running back the comp here with the 160 bond Arlay. It looks like. Oh no, they're switching over to Yelan.
No, they're switching over to Yelan. Yeah,
they're committing mono. They say that they can burst this down in under 41 seconds, and honestly, I believe TGT. You know, maybe this is where they're finally gonna put themselves out on the table here. And I think it's possible.
No, definitely. Like 41 is a beatable time. Let's see if the Nouvelle is enough, like merged with the Yelan particles to see if she gets ult for the next.
Yeah, I think the most important thing for them the most important thing for them right now is definitely keeping that Yelan ultimate up. Because here's, I don't know if, I think they C1, right? So if he's C1, he's probably gonna be able to get
Oh yeah, wait,
2
so
hits
that's
off of that.
a total of 3 Hydro Particle pops in one succession.
Yeah, which honestly should be enough. Yeah, C1 R1. But, oh, what happened here?
We're goofing a little on the stream
Wait for-
side, but that's okay.
Wait for,
We get to see all the different friend lists. Oh, we have.
wait for, I can't see the screen.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Hey, look at that. We have Noah Life, Foster,
And I
Kurtika
think
Zen. Look at that. Pumpernick,
Yeah.
Rayon, Ubu Borbor.
Uh-oh.
All right, we'll just have some. We have some technical issues.
Oh, wait, that's Lin.
interesting.
No, because here's the thing. Let me explain this to you, okay? I know why that exactly happened. Lin has a monitor that is effectively 2 monitors. It's like a 32, it's like a 50-something inch monitor, like horizontally, right? So it's 2
Oh, yeah.
screens put together. It's a big monitor. He plays
That is
Genshin
so-
and he can
yeah, that is. I'm still not over that on how how wide his. Because I've seen like a photo of it like IRL and like, oh my god.
Yeah, so in case you're
It's-
wondering, that's
it's
probably what happened.
insane.
But there we go. Timer's going to run now, and our show's going to resume. Ilan opens the charge attack, and the double tap E does manage to get that ult back and should be able to cycle it now. Just throws a bit of the dice right there, and that's going to be the
A
hydro damage that
big
they
cycle right here and now.
need. That's the damage phase that they're looking for, and this is where TGT can finally say, yes, let's put ourselves on the board. They're able to get a nice, consistent amount of damage out. And
Oh.
honestly, it feels safe. It feels reliable. I wonder if they'll get ult
It's
for
a
next, but
safe gas pedal.
2584 should put them in a 1-3 now, at least raising a green flag on the board.
And now Yelan has ult back for the next boss as well. Again, so Lolly consistently getting her ult back for every boss fight so far.
Yeah. And
And next is Animo Cube. This is the ultimate, can a team one rotate it? If so, good props to you.
I mean, hey, I think there's a strong likelihood Popsicle can probably get his ult back off of the invulnerability stage and just throw a Q. And that Q could probably land for some big numbers. So I wouldn't be surprised if it happens. And let's find out if
100%.
it does. Here he does and goes out for a little bit of the dive, manages to get those 4 particles back. There's his ultimate right there, sees it coming up and preps that
Can it
early hit.
land?
Oh, a 116 though. That's not quite a lot. He manages
Still
to get out,
good
but
base.
leaves a player behind in the dust to face tank that. So that's going to be a little unfortunate. I mean, 15-second clear pace is still not terrible though. So all in all, I'm not entirely
Oh,
surprised.
yeah.
But keep in mind, here's the thing. Remember that TGT is going to be playing a mono hydro team, and they have Sitlali. So if they want to run VV just to be funny, they still can. You know, and just keep a
And the
ton of shred up on the
w-
cube.
The last boss after this, I believe, is... Oh, Cuddles help me out here.
It's EFG.
Short-term memory.
I'm pretty sure it's EFG. But yeah, 44-second
honestly-
clear pace, not the fastest, but still good.
I mean, yeah, like, if they have EFG last, like, they could just go Arlecchino right here, play for Bond as well, right? And just, yeah, like win these 2 bosses and make it a tie, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Arlecchino comes out onto field here. But again, if they're comfortable with that mono team, they can just run it. I mean, like 44 seconds is, again, not ideal, but keep in mind they're playing 2 characters that have HP bars over 40,000. So that's
yeah,
an
so they
advantage.
can, and
that they
also
have.
a shield, one character with a shield as well.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be able to survive it when it does do any sort of AoE or any sort of nuke attack. Oh, but Foster's getting aggressive here. Foster
All
wants
right,
to
looks
fall
like
out
we're
the
putting our
Tao.
eggs in the basket. Yeah, wow.
Oh boy, oh
All
boy.
going all in. Okay, okay.
But you know what? I absolutely respect it. You know, the man wants his Hu Tao, bro. I mean, like, you gotta give it to him. Don't let this man on Hu Tao.
Yeah.
You gave him. or
Oh,
maybe
and
he's not.
he
I don't know.
changes
Maybe
his
he's
mind.
thinking. He's thinking. You know what?
That's true.
But yeah, I mean, their mono pace is
Um,
still really good, and I think it will clear sub 40 as well if they.
It
want
might
to
be
bring it down to
close.
that.
It might honestly be closer than you think, because they shredded that. Even if it was 44 seconds, like at the start there, you have to realize like this actually evenly matches the DPR of the Mono Hydra team.
Yeah, but they're a little mixed in deciding how they want to commit to it. because it does look like this is again just lagging behind by a few seconds.
Yeah.
So I don't
that's
know.
what-
I guess,
I figured that would happen. Yeah.
but like here's the thing, you know, you could saw they had a little bit of a miscomm right there. Not really sure whether or not they wanted to fully commit, right? And at the end, it did cost them a few precious seconds. And now they're thinking about what they want to do here. You know, Foster and Day.
Time to beat is 44 seconds. So you have 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7.
It could be a VAR, but
6,
also I don't think it
5,
is because now it's open
4,
and there's the
3,
kill.
2
At
Wow, that
41
was
to
a
put
close
TGT
one.
in a 2-3 now. Bringing it
Okay.
back.
Wow.
And you're right,
So this is the
it
last
might be a tight
boss.
half. It actually might be a tight half.
Yeah, I was thinking they may like if they went with the Arlecchino to just like go for the full bond, that would have been an option I would have gone for. But honestly, like I trust them. They know what they're doing as well from the looks of it, and just like going all in. It's gonna be very tight. Like EFG will be a very contested boss as well. Just depends on whether Mav like vapes or whether like Hu Tao like hits her.
Here's the
10
thing,
NTCs.
if she is a boss that has deleted and squad wiped TST before, so I wouldn't be surprised if they have a little they've practiced into it,
Oh,
maybe.
they would have had a redemption arc since.
Yeah,
100%.
maybe this is the redemption arc into TST because they gotta close out this half strong, right? You can't end on a squad wipe.
Oh, I have
Surely.
faith.
Yeah,
Don't you
I
have
mean-
faith, Cuddles?
Yeah, I do have faith, okay? I'm just saying that the reason people draft these is because they know when to force mistakes. And maybe TGT is thinking about that, and that's the reasoning going into it, but we'll have to just find out for now.
Yeah, we'll have
Mav
to see
does
this
have an
opening,
ultimate right
open with the
now.
Farina ult.
But yeah,
Right,
and it
and
looks like
ults as
she does
well.
manage to land it only for a 140 though, but again, it's still a relatively okay pace. And I mean, like, come on, that's quite a considerable amount of front-loading damage you're going to see right
Still
there.
great pace. Yeah, look at that. Wow.
Absolutely, and they just have to go ahead and finish it off as, again, Mav is starting to run out of steam, but it still should be okay. A-player takes a massive hit right there. I don't know about that. You got to be careful, man. But they do still manage to close out the boss. All 3 members alive for 32 seconds.
Wow. All right. Yeah, 32 seconds. That's honestly very contestable with the TGT side as well. Like, this
Yeah.
boss is very like it can go either way for this boss. Whether it might end off in a tie or, you know, like it might just end up being like a 4-2. Like you never know.
Yeah, contestable is the right way to describe it, but again, it's really interesting to see that now the match is shifting slightly in TGT's favor, at least just for this boss, but now
yeah,
it could be
in
a
the
little bit
second
of
half
back and
for
forth.
sure.
Yeah. And here's the thing, right? I mean, you know Foster, you know Day, you know Lemmy, like this group together, even though they're not playing with the
All right.
support, they're strong with their
N2C.
DPS setup.
N2C
Yeah, and
in action
Foster's-
right here.
Foster's N2C, despite the rotating boss, he's still keeping up with the pacing. Look at that movement on Hu Tao.
This
I
is
mean,
the man
he
with
has
38 Hu Tao games.
he has the experience, he has the damage, and he knows how he wants to finish this. Goes into his second E and kills it at a 2281.
Wow. 2281. 70k Hu Tao like hits like with no supports really. It's, like well besides Hydro Res is like crazy work.
Wow. So, that being said, looks like TGT is now going to be even with TST.
There's
History
been so many
repeats
first
itself.
halves. History does repeat itself. Like there's been so many matches where we've ended off the first halves with like a 3-3 tie, right? Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
like we had like Uwu, we had BLG and TST, TGT, like all of us just having these bosses we lose and all these bosses we pick up and win against. It's like wow. And if you look
I
at the
will say,
scoreboard right here, you got this very satisfying like green to
yeah, red light.
red to green.
Yeah, red light, green light for sure. But it's like so interesting though. I mean, I really didn't think it was going to pan out this way. Again, I really was sure it was going to end up being 2-4. Maybe in TGT's favor? But
Yeah,
man, that's
really. In my
surprising.
mind, I was actually predicting a 3-3 at the end there with like the boss lineup. We have differing like predictions right here.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see that they weren't really able to vape off Animo Q as much as they wanted to, TST. And in the end, that did cost them a little bit of pace, but they, at the end, still like kind of lost out to the Elan Nucleate. And
I
it's
think it
just,
just
Mono
came
Hydra's a
down
solid
to-
core.
Yeah, it just came down to like the characters and like how they work specifically. Like if you just like min-max like how a character works in a specific boss, right? Like you had double Hydra Hu Tao just consistently getting the vapes on on a really good Hu Tao. And then, with like the whole, like in the first half, we have Automaton with the perfect synergization with like Ganyu Mav as well. And like all of these make sense.
It just makes
Like,
sense, you
the
know?
outcome.
Like
Yeah.
the numbers add up, especially like for Gold Flame too. Like I think was it all the Natlan bosses, sorry. Because like Mav is gonna win Papilla, and gonna win Automaton, you know that, right? But is Hyper Bloom gonna win Gold Flame versus, you know, good Silali buffing? Like I don't think so. Because again, Gold Flame, one of those more aggressive bosses at the beginning, and you do get a lot of safety from Yolanda Villette. And that's probably what really, really helped them out as they closed out that half.
Yeah. I mean, again, like the Hu Tao Hydra cores for both TST and TGT are both devastating, like forces to be reckoned with. So when you give one to the other team, it's gonna, it's gonna tip the scales. For sure.
But again, now with the tied match, I'm just curious to see how they're gonna, you know, what's your plan here, right? If you're TST and you want to close this last match out to win, like what are you doing exactly?
Yeah, for sure. Oh my gosh, yeah, and I guess we get to see, like, as these teams just swap sides, we get to see more, like, potential, more elemental checks for, like, different character bands, and it's just gonna be such an interesting outcome. How much do you want to bet that they actually will go to a Drake overtime again, like in Season 2?
No, I mean, it's very possible I would. I wouldn't be entirely surprised if I have to be honest.
And yeah, I also wonder if this is like going to any team's like game plan, if any of the teams like planned this draft out, like if it went all according to plan, or if it's like, oh my gosh, this is not how I expected the draft to go. I was not expecting to get this character. Or
yeah, but
to
here's
ban
the
this
thing
character.
now, like, right? Because now if you're TST, you're gonna be Team 2, and now you have the luxury of time in your draft. So I wouldn't be entirely surprised if that's what's gonna be happening next. Maybe they're gonna start playing a little more passive. You know, you're really gonna start seeing like Popsicle's decision making when it comes to macro come out. He's gonna be like, hey, you know, it's okay. We don't need to win this boss. Let's just win the next. You know, we don't need to win these next 3. Let's just win the ones after those.
I mean, who knows? It might be their game plan to just go for a 3-3 tie and then like win the second half.
And then force the overtime and go.
Yeah, literally.
I mean, he's done it before. I wouldn't be surprised if he does it again. This is just like a really, really fun way to see it played out, and I wouldn't be surprised anyways. Like, come on, Drake is their boss, right? You can't just not. If you're gonna be TST,
Right,
you can't just like not draft Drake or not consider playing around it, right? So I think that's what I'll be looking out for the most.
Yeah. Also, by the way, like shout out to the intro, like the 10-minute countdown, like at the start of the stream, just the different like video showcases. That was awesome.
Yeah, dude. I thought that was so cool, man. I'm a little sad that we couldn't get to play like Perfect Resolution, but I think making the cinematic was it was really interesting because it's like I had to dig through a lot of like not obscure, but like a lot of uncommon footage, I'd say, to try and get everything to look the way it did.
How much do you want to bet?
Yeah,
how much do you want to bet that some of these characters were not illegal builds?
Hey, I don't know, Sluzzy. Is C3 never allowed? I wonder. But anyways, it looks like they're ready.
All right, yeah, we'll get to see the second draft.
Take a look at the second draft screen, yeah.
And all right, it's looking like TGT gets to go for Team 1 and see what boss they get to open with. And now we have TST responding to whatever TGT drafts.
Yeah, but I mean, like, hey, maybe TGT knows a thing or two. Maybe they're excited. Maybe they're like, hey, give me Bennett, give me Nahida. Like,
give me
you
Farina.
can't hold me down. Oh, you know what?
No,
I'd love to see. Maybe TGT. What is it? Maybe TST might let the Milani through on Foster. So hopefully we get to see that. I like seeing big numbers, big number, big hit, big time.
Yeah. I mean, you get to see them bring out that Mualani like in their T5 match and just see massive like damage per screenshot. Like it's that the audience will have to see.
What the heck is this opener?
Whoa!
Somebody's calling for VARs already. I don't know. That's gonna be an interesting question.
We are drafting the botanical bosses right now. Holy crap!
But here's what I'm seeing, right? I know TST, they have a Mizuki and they have a C2 Kazuha. So like anything grouping related, anything shred related might be up their alley. You can see.
We are, oh my god, we are going from a 5-second boss to a 2-minute boss, true. Like from Cryovine and Apep. It's so
But
funny
it's just
to
like,
see.
yeah, because like my question right now is like, why are you like, what is the plan? Like, you know, there's a specific reason you draft these bosses. There's like almost like a map, like you're trying to.
Okay, TGT, what are you doing? Why are you listening to Foster?
I can't tell if it's foster drafting or day drafting. It says, I mean, they said it's day drafting, but Oceanid is a decision.
This is definitely Foster's influence. What can I say?
There's
and they
TST.
draft
TST
Drake
classic.
right here.
TST
The
classic.
TST classic. They are playing into their bosses. We are going into both teams' territories right here. We are going into each of their turfs, each of their like playing fields. Oh my days. Okay, okay. This will
Hey,
very
you know
well
what?
go
You know
into
what?
overtime.
I'm seeing Foster Hutao. I'm reading Foster Hutao right now, bro. I can smell it from a mile away. I can smell it across the damn country, bro. He's gonna be pulling it out. Just watch.
Yeah. Oh my god, we got some of the wildest boss picks right here. Holy, this is the first time we've ever seen like Cryovine. This is the second time we've ever seen Oceana drafted.
Or maybe, you know what? With that Baptist pick, I wonder if it's a redemption for TGT to start considering playing a Dendro team again, you know? Showcase that they really do know how to run that Alhaitham Nahida. But at the same time, this is still
Alright.
Hutao sensitive.
Cuddles,
Very Hutao
we got
sensitive
some,
draft.
we got some interviewing to do after this draft. Of course, the players like permission, but
We
holy
got some
crap.
questions to ask, yeah, I'd agree. But man,
Wow.
this is definitely a different chessboard for sure. Like,
Oh, this is bringing checkers into chessboard. Holy
yeah,
crap.
instant Bennett ban from Team 1. I guess they're
These are
disabling because they know
amazing
TST's
Bennett
pride is
bosses.
strong. You know, TST's Bennett team's really, really powerful, especially with the C1 Ganyu coming off the Putin account. So I wonder what they're gonna have to do next. Definitely by limiting the boss selection, that's gonna be an interesting decision.
No, you got like there's so many different checks you have to consider here. Like I don't know which comp is like necessarily the best in this like circumstance.
Yeah. Oh yeah, what is it? I forgot to mention that Putin's Ganyu is not C1, it's C2, which means that he can press E twice, which definitely is not a damage loss.
Oh yeah. Wait, for which character? Sorry. Wait, I was
Ganyu.
that kind of
C2 Ganyu.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my
Definitely a
gosh.
very definitely powerful for sure.
I mean,
Oh,
hey, you
wow.
got the extra
So many
phrase
things.
on, like one of the Oceana minion summons, right?
Oh, you're right. That's true. Maybe the Ganyu can press E twice on the Oceanid summons and then save the break. But it's interesting. Okay, so TGT here, they back to locking in. They decided to ban out the Kazuha, so now we're down 3 supports. We're leaving behind Chaska. We're leaving behind Shalonin. We're leaving behind Nahida. It's up to TST how they want to play that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Like these are still would you say these are okay like Nahida bosses overall? Because I have no idea how Dendro fares against Oceanid summons. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah, this is interesting to say the least. But we'll see. Yeah, there's
Oh,
the
they
Hutao
end up
ban
banning the
instantly.
Hutao.
They know.
Wow.
I definitely have a feeling they know. But
Yeah.
let's
It's
see.
interesting to see.
We might have
though.
to go into a chat draft because it looks like on Day's side the website crashed. Well, no. Unless refs are able to pause the game now. Unless that's a new thing. Let's see. You know what?
Let's see though.
Regardless of what it is, we'll make sure that this should be resolved. And it is.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool. Oh wait, yeah, they can pause the match now. That's actually so cool. That was a
Oh,
feature we
that's
never-
such a nice. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Okay. Yeah,
They can
that was
okay, the draft
awesome.
should be able to continue now. And see
Yeah,
what
that's
they-
awesome.
First picking.
Bro is
Malvika
booking
first
draft.
pick. Oh, that is based. You have my heart out there, TGT. Holy crap.
So here's the question now: is TST gonna play the Nahida team off of that? And then if so, what are they giving up exactly? Here's the thing, right? You're giving Lemmy's Mav, you're giving Foster Sitlali, and I'm pretty sure they can squeeze in one more DPS there. I have no doubt about that, right? Maybe you're thinking Daeon Milan, right? So it's still a really, really strong team that you have remaining. And I would be careful if I was TST.
Oh, you do have a Arlecchino open for Popsicle now, and yep, here we
He
go. About to
definitely
see
grabs it.
Popsicle's Arlecchino in action.
But here's the thing, right now he's grabbing the Arlecchino, but what are they gonna play off it? I mean, he's technically has Neuvillette Yulon still available to him, right? He has a Ganyu if he wants to play off.
You can do a lot. You can do a lot with Popsicle Arlecchino. Let's be for real here.
Oh wait, Milani's open. Oh boy.
Milani is open too.
But here's the
Well,
thing though,
like,
it's not optimal though. Under this specific boss roster, I would argue that would work for Cryovine, but you know, Apep, Oceanid, and Swanee, like I don't know, Milani's really must play, but let's see if they grab her. They grab Neuvillette instead. Definitely probably better for setting up those vapes.
Yeah, so now Nahida is still open, and Chaska is also open, and Bennett is open as well. Oh no, never mind. Bennett was banned.
Yeah, Ben's banned out, so
Something else.
I mean, oh, they could run Mav, Milani, Shalonen if they wanted to. They can run Mav. Oh boy.
Yeah, because
Oh,
all of
boy.
these bosses. Yeah, I'm not sure about Malvaca's Pyro break speed for Cryovine though.
Unless they're able to
That's the
throw in a
thing.
Shredder, like any sort of VV player, maybe. But they want to play safe with the Shalonen, and it does look like that, you know.
Oh,
locking in
we
the
may
synergy between
potentially
those
see a
two.
Mualani.
Well,
Foster
Foster.
Mualani.
Foster bring
Oh
out
my
his
gosh.
bazillion damage per rotation Milani. We'll have to see that. Again, Milani teams are one of the harder teams to play in ranked just because they require a lot of vocal coordination. Because it's like you have to land first scroll reaction, land a second scroll reaction, and then hit your shark bite, your ease, right? So it's not.
You have to make sure she actually hits the boss as well.
But yeah, they
And they go with
decided on
Mualani.
it. They banked on it. And here's the thing, right? Here's what I'm thinking about TGT selection of Cryovine. I think maybe Mav should be able to break that fast enough, and Milan just one-shots it, and that's end of story. They never have to hear from that boss again, right?
Yeah, no, 100%. Cryovine is just one of those 7-second bosses you'll see occasionally, and wow, first pick as well is insane.
And
oh, and they go with
TST
Chaska.
playing safe. Yep, Chaska being the last VV Shredder support available for them. I mean,
All
just
right.
really strong. I mean, like here's the thing: Chaska's app is really good for Cryovine. Has a lot of AOE for Apep. I think TST is taking home Apep for sure. But I don't know, man. You can't win Drake if Foster plus Milani. I'll tell you that. But
Yeah, oh, if they go for overtime, this is gonna be like, yeah, like then it would favor into TGT more.
yeah, I will say Baptist does look like it's going to be up more in TST favor. I mean, like both these teams already have their set comps, right? And here's the thing: yeah, Popsicle being able to stack Arle Bond all the way through is going to be impressive. Knocks out the Sit Lolly early, make sure Mav can't get those melts in. Good decision from TST. I think that
Smart
that
decision,
game
yeah. Oh, which
Definitely
leaves Ganyu and Ayaka open, I guess. Their Ganyu should be more consistent.
Yeah, if they do want to get Melt on Melt on Swanee, that is, I think is just the best, most optimal decision right here. But here TGT, they're gonna have to come to terms with the fact that someone has to get off the board, and I honestly don't know. I'd say knock out another Pyro definitely, or start knocking out the Nahino option because our
Yeah,
not
Lenny is still open as well. And they banned Ganyu, okay. So I wonder what their APEP comp is gonna be.
yeah. But I mean, like here's the thing, right? Which team is gonna grab the Nahida? Because keep in mind, a Nahida team on Oceanid is a free win. And there they go.
Oh, and they
TST decides to
go
lock in the
they
Linny.
commit to- Wow.
Quite a decision
Oh, do you
indeed.
think TGT? Yeah, do you think TGT will now respond with a Nahida comp instead? We'll see.
Yes, definitely. That's going to be a significant amount of damage for them, and if they know how to gas pedal, then they will absolutely shred. Being able to hold the Nahida comp on a lot of pretty easy
If they-
bosses.
If they full gas pedal Nahida comp, that is like 2 different comps that TGT can go for.
Oh, but TGT doesn't
Whoa.
care. They pull out Chevy instead.
Wow.
Oh,
Oh my god. Oh my god.
What is this? Overload.
What am I seeing? Wow! Holy crap! TGT, please cook! Oh my gosh!
Well,
Oh,
they're
wow.
definitely
This is-
cooking something.
This is
for sure.
the wafer special right here.
But it's really funny too, because like I'm looking at this, right? I feel like TST was planning on grabbing Chlorine just for an extra DPS, but they're not gonna have that option for them anymore. So
They
I
have Clone for
wonder.
APEP as well, and like they could just do Overload into APEP now. Like that is an option they can do. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
wow,
exactly.
wow.
But here's the thing: you have to be careful about Overload, right? Because it does have a little bit of issues with grouping. They don't have any grouping characters. If anything, they're gonna need more AOE than this. If they're gonna try and clear out APEP, we'll have to see what the sign is.
Yeah, it's gonna be awkward. Oh my god, this is the second time we got to see Chevy in action though this season. That's exciting. That is exciting.
Yeah, but while one side is playing with their motorcycle and their car, we got Ayaka over here coming for TST at least to lock down the Swanee pick. So it looks like they might be trading bosses back and forth. We'll have to let's think about it a little more when the
this
pick
could
6 is coming.
very well go into overtime now. Yeah.
And Risley.
Just to make sure they don't have a Swanee combo. Does TGT have an LG Diona is the question.
I mean, like, an Elegy Diona would do some damage, I'd agree, but it's not the same impact as the Sitlali, you know? They knocked out the Ganyu themselves. Maybe they're deciding not to just win the boss at all. Maybe they might play Overload into Swanee, you know? Who knows at this point? I think TGT is definitely being a lot more creative than we've seen them throughout the season before. So this is just really, really cool to see, and I think seeing them push out their comfort zone is awesome.
I am predicting a overtime Drake. I'm like right here and now. I'll just say it right now. And they go with Chiori. Okay.
man.
Okay.
Oh man.
Wow.
Okay, let's clear our minds a little bit, right? Get rid of the shock value. We gotta take a look at our teams, because here's what we're looking at. All right, TGT.
Different
TGT one side. You got Foster with basically the one rotated combo. You've got Milani, which is great. Probably gonna knock out Cryovine well. Probably gonna knock out Drake, and actually, you know, maybe that might be it. Honestly, maybe Hopsicle was thinking the right way, you know, making sure that Milani is only going to be usable for a few bosses. This is a very strong anti-Milani draft, keep that in mind, right? Maybe Baptist is sensitive, but again, it's really going to depend on the elements. But if Team 1 drafted it, you know, if TGT drafted it themselves, maybe they did read.
We should
that
have a
Baptist was
look
in
at the
their favor.
Baptist elements actually, because yeah, it resets at a period of time. But no, like there's so many different varieties and like variations of team comps that like both teams can go for, right? If it's like a double Geo comp with TGT or a Milani comp, and then you have like this whole Chaska like Harlequino comp to go for with a new Valette, and also you have the double Cryos as backup for certain bosses.
Yeah, and I hope in the audience is informing us that it is Hydro and Pyro on there. So here's the thing, though. I will say that Milani's Hydro app is not very good. So even if it is Vaporline, it might cause some issues.
I don't know actually. Milani charge attack into an N1 is still two instances of Pyro app.
Yeah, it's good
So it might
units,
not-
but it's good units, but Cryo, Electro, and Pyro are the units. Yeah, but here's the thing, right? Milani CN1 or N1C, it's 2 units of Hydro, or 3 units of Hydro, but it's super, super slow. So I'm not sure if that's going to be the most viable option. Because then again, keep in mind, he's got to lug that huge... After doing like N1C, he has to lug that thing, animation cancel it, and then go back into Shark Bite, and hopefully kill it on that next E. But I mean, hey, if you're doing 600k per E, maybe you've got something working for you, but... Yeah. But meanwhile, yeah, I mean, like, so far, that's all I'm seeing right now. Maybe the Overload team might win them Swanee. You know, what do you think? Thoughts?
Oh my gosh, yeah, so Swanee might honestly just be a sack boss. And if that's the case, they have to win, like, a TST boss pick because, you know, TGT was the one that drafted Swanee in the first place.
Yeah.
And
But, yeah, otherwise it goes into overtime. But here's the thing, though. This time overtime's not TST's favor. It's definitely 100% in TGT's favor. So, this is
really,
where
I think it's very even because this is Popsicle
Okay,
Arlecchino
watch
as
this.
well.
Watch this. Come on. Watch this guy. Right? Okay.
Okay,
Bam,
we'll see.
lands a 251
alright.
for base. There's setup 560. Okay. There's 1. Come on. There's 2.
Wow.
Foster should be able to land 3 right here. Come on. Watch this. And there's into Q. Boom, right? Look at how much of that health bar is
Oh
remaining.
my
They,
gosh.
I feel like they barely even need to do any work right here. Foster doesn't even need to rescroll. He can go for an early kill if he wants. Ultimately, I think if he just stacked 3, he would
Ultimately,
have killed that.
very strong comp. And oh, TST's practicing APEP right here as well. Yeah, so as far as I know, no one on TST has a C2 Chaska. Unfortunately
Yeah,
enough.
I mean, like that doesn't, and that means that they won't have a lot of area coverage as much as they'd like. But I mean, still quite a bit. I mean, here, Popsicle's gonna go ahead and play for a little bit of a poke, but once he gets that absorb going, there's this nice little damage phase, and they do manage to
Yeah,
cycle
it's
within
also
just that
great
area.
pacing as well.
Fantastic
Yeah,
pacing, honestly.
wow.
Yeah, and again, good
Wow.
AoE coverage right here is going to be coming from APAP, and I think TST might be able to win in standard time. I think if TST is able to hold it down before overtime, then they might as well walk away with the win. Could be a 7-5 or less, maybe, we'll see. Still up for discussion because it's going to come down to how well these teams are going to be able to play into a very strange set of bosses. You can see a little bit of that. You can see a little bit of that damage right there. And I mean, look, they're routine. You know, they're used to this at this point. They understand what these characters do. They know how to work together. Like it's like a vacuum
Oh,
cleaner
that
just
is-
going around.
Yeah,
like,
that is
a perfect
just-
circle.
Wow, that is a. Oh my god, that was flawless. That was so beautiful to look at.
Yeah, and again, like if Popsicle wants to do an early absorb here, which he does, I mean, like they can play super aggressive. And keep in mind, he's keeping his bond above 100 still, and they can just go ahead and go for a finish right there. So if they want to consider APAP, that's a really good thing. But here he goes. Anyways, on the other side here, look at some really nice coordinated break, but unfortunately, they have to figure out what they want to do here for Baptist, and they do manage to land that little break. Shark bite. I think Foster was out of E for a second. I think they misrotated. Yeah, okay. It does look like a little bit of a misinput, possibly from Foster. So Baptist is still going to be a bit of a challenge. And again, you can see right here where Milani's SCN1 is starting to struggle.
Okay, I see your point now. Yeah.
So all things considered, it's not optimal. It's not terrible, but it's just not optimal. You know what I mean?
Also, yeah, I realized. Yeah, so TST did draft Swanee. So they definitely just have to win like their own bosses, and then.
I'm so excited.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Oh, it's so beautiful. I think this is
It's-
like just such a
This is cinema. This is peak cinema.
like here's the thing, right? You got Kyo playing her novelette that she's played for so long, right? You've got you got Popsicle on Arlecchino, his favorite. You got Popsicle, you got Foster on Milani, one of the most dominant characters. Lemmy on Mavlika. 4 of these people are playing some of their best ranked characters right now.
Yeah, these are their signature characters going up against their other signature characters. This is going to be a neck and neck like show to watch.
Yeah, and it's just I think for what it's worth, it's very good pacing, or just a
Of
very
course.
good conclusion to the end. TST's last overtime, or sorry, TST's last second half of a finals match. No.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
I'm gonna miss TST in season 4.
Yeah, so am I, man. Like, you can't write a more storybook ending than this. We'll see. I mean, honestly, I would argue, like, maybe if they made finals, that'd be interesting too, but or grand finals. But for what it's worth, I think this is a very equally competitive story. It's just so good.
I mean,
Absolute
yeah.
cinema. Thank you. That was the phrase I was looking for, right? Hands out in front of my face. Absolute cinema. No, because like that's how I feel about this. I mean, it's just I've really enjoyed playing with these guys for such a long time, and I think they deserve all the chances they can to take the stage. So very, very beautiful shout out to all these guys. You all earned it.
For sure. Oh my gosh, and Cryovine's gonna be the first boss. We are gonna see what TGT was planning on doing.
Yeah,
For
any-
sure. Maybe the C4 Chevy is actually a great break for like, yeah, like the
Like
Cryovine.
C4
tool.
Chevy
Like,
with Milani, though. Like, okay, here's
it
the
might
thing,
just
right?
be brute force overload because like Cryovine is a very squishy boss, you know.
I don't think they need a brute force overload. I think because here's the thing. I think if Foster stacks his Milani shark bites early enough, then the second it goes down, he clicks and it's gone. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, no, like for sure. And they still have that Chiori, like Shilonen core, like if they wanted to bring out that, like just in case. And
Yeah, I think it looks like she already has all the energy that he could possibly need. Thank you, Lemmy. Here we go. We're starting the half, but this time TGT is gonna go ahead and lead us off.
all right, TGT, show us what you got. Let's see. Let's see this insane
What's your plan
draft.
here?
This cook.
What are you guys cooking here? What's your idea? Come on, you gotta tell us. Like, this is just such a interesting decision to make, man. Like, by getting rid of what is it?
Oh, and the Dea ref character to go along with. Like,
No, but I mean, like,
you cannot
Shivers
get any
isn't even.
better.
Oh no, they are gonna do overload.
I knew it! I called it! Oh
They're
my
doing
God.
overload into Cryovine.
I figured this is. I figured this team had amazing break against like this boss specifically, right? Like, because this is like a very squishy boss as well, and so it's like,
It does.
yeah, like.
But I don't know, like, what's the team they have to do here? Because it's gonna kind of like affect the ref resonance a little bit. But I think I don't know. They have to make up their mind.
So Malvika Chiori on.
Mav
Lemmy, I
Chiori
believe.
for looks like Lemmy, yeah. And then Foster is going to be on Milani Clorind. Very nice character selection, first of all. It's two very heavy DPSs that you're carrying. And then you've got Day over there on the Shilonen.
And Chevy.
And the Chevy,
Shilonen.
right.
Wait, Shiloshev.
I gotta get C6 Chevy, bro. Like, I'm at this point, the way
Ah.
people are playing Overload, I gotta start being a Chevy player. I can't say I'm support and then not play Chevy. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a thing now.
Yeah. For sure. It looks like they're still allocating their characters actually, but oh my gosh.
Well, it really depends. I think Lin, for the time being, is just gonna wait and see what they do.
You know,
but-
they could still go Chevy for Oceana as well. Keep in mind, like that is another cook they can do. Because honestly speaking, like Chevy has a good DPS window for like the window that Oceana provides. Like, with
because
the boss summons.
because it's like so slow, right? Like you just need to condense all your damage into like these 5-second groups. And if you're
Yeah.
landing good groups, then you don't have to worry about the fact that your cooldown's like 15 seconds long.
Like yeah, like Malvika and Chevy like take advantage of the long like their cooldowns should align with the Oceanic summons like roughly, right? Okay, and here we go. Here we go. We're about to see the ultimate cook. This kitchen is brewing. A brawl is
Brewing
surely
stand,
brewing.
like in like Minecraft brewing stand reference.
Crazy.
This could be the start of a new era of Genshin Ranked. I think it could
Yeah.
be. It
I
very
I
well could
love
be.
seeing Chevy drafted. I like just different like varieties of characters and it's just so awesome.
I also I also wanted to point out from Eliza said that she canceled Balatro for this. It is hard to cancel Balatro. This is a great match that we have in front of us here today, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and
non-binary
gentlemen.
folk, thank you for being here.
People of the universe. We
Cancel
are
depression
about
is
to
correct.
We're about to see the final send-off for what could potentially be one of the greatest and closest matches.
Yeah, I mean it already is, right? We started it off with the 3-3 half, and now it's time. Welcome back, our other heyday. Good to see you around. Because
Heyday.
I mean, you're about to witness like the last TST. You know, this could be the last.
Yeah. And hello, Miles. Thank you for joining the stream. How does it feel watching your your friends just come together?
Yeah,
hitting
this
it
is
out?
this is 4 of his friends in one match. Can you believe that? That's insane.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And yeah, launch our ready check, and then we should go ahead and get started as soon as we can.
This is gonna be like an insane. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Then there's the break, and there's
Okay.
the Chevy overload. Can they land that big hit?
my
Okay, come on,
gosh.
go, gas that, Clorin. but it's only a matter of time. They have to be fast with it in 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
Ooh, it's fast, but it's not. It's contestable. It's contestable.
Oh wow, wow. Okay. This is what? Is this going up against the Arlecchino? This is Popsicle's Arlecchino with Lenny, with Kyo on Lenny, and Chaska with. Oh my gosh, this is a C1 Chaska, so actually the Pirate Salvos would favor her a lot in this as well.
There's just so much break, but now they gotta play the mono part. But here's the thing, Popsicle could get a lot of bond off of this, but I mean, you're following it up with APEP, right? So maybe not. I don't know. This could be very, very difficult right here. But here's the thing I wanted to mention.
The break speed would be so close, actually.
Here's the thing, Day. Last time you were here, I think it was it still world level 8? I can't remember. Oh no, it was world level 9. But point is, like, these world level 9 times can still get really competitive. Especially, like, you know, it's funny because you think the boss is gonna disappear right away, but if you're playing DPS and not for nuke, you know, that time could really be an issue. But here we go. Very nice intro to the break phase, but they're kind of struggling a little bit. Popsicle goes for an early absorb, but still can't find it. But I think they should be able to get it. But it's a VOD!
It's a VOD! Oh my gosh. Look at that. A VAR by how much? Wow.
Well, there you go. I mean, like, exactly
what
I
a
said. It's
kickstart to the second half. What a kickstart to the second half of the draft. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, right? I kind of already call it 40 millisecond VAR. Thank you, Wafer. But I mean, like, dude, you kind of come to that realization where you're like, wait.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. It's like 0.04 actually.
Yeah.
Not even 40.
40.
Wow.
No. Because the way milliseconds work, milliseconds is .001. Because it's a thousandth of a second. So they're saying 46 millisecond difference. Insane.
Oh my gosh.
This is why ranked is fun, right? Because you have to put yourselves in these really intense situations.
I feel bad for Miles. It's like watching his two best friends like fight to the death.
Yeah. I mean, hey, for what it's worth, they're going out both with a bang. He wants them both to have a good time and have fun. So thank you, Mr. Milo Cold Sweat, CEO of the Racist Company. Thank you very much for being here today.
And
but yeah, I mean, it looks like TST is already loading into the Chaska setup, but it's gonna be kind of intense to see.
Yeah.
What did I?
Anyway, like this, so we're gonna wait for the VAR time to be loaded in, and so it's like, okay, because like here's the thing, right? Like the moment Arlecchino got bond, like the moment the shield broke was like, it was so like you can see the speed just pick up instantly. Like it was crazy. And it's like, oh my days. I don't know if there's some time for like workarounds that maybe TGT, like there's a slight chance that TGT may have sort of scuffed it on Pirate Fan, because I noticed maybe the Malvika was maybe supposed to nuke her hit after the shield broke, but I don't think that happened. But
I mean,
yeah.
Okay, here's the thing. Like, I do think that TST was a little ahead, just by a little bit.
You reckon? Yeah. Like, no, we'll see though. We're just gonna wait for the VAR times. But oh my gosh, like, dude, I cannot believe we ended it off with a VAR on one of the matches, and now we're starting on with a VAR on this match. Like, wow. And there's still so many more bosses to go. I mean, this is TGT's boss, right? They kind of have to win this boss to make sure that
Oh,
Oh,
is
and
the
the
VOD
times are
already
in, and it's
Wait.
looking like. Wait. We'll see. I thought. Yeah. No, it's looking like TGT.
Yeah, TGT was behind. It does look like,
Yeah.
because here's the thing, that 1080 versus 1025. So I think that's actually a pretty clear time for that. I think
Yeah,
TST is
wow.
actually up.
Okay, so TST won a TGT boss. Can we see if TGT wins a TST boss? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this is gonna be rough, and especially knowing like just this phase in general. It could be spicy, but here's the thing, like maybe Milani's gonna be able to stack a little bit of the what is it? Maybe
No, like.
yeah.
Oh wait, they're going forward with the Mulan comp. Yeah, what the heck? Oh my days. Okay. Who knows? Maybe it could just be like Mualani maybe canceling her skill early just to make sure she gets the AoE passive in for the minion phase. But this is gonna be an insane first and third phase, like for APEP.
If we can
it's
misses the
Mav
vape,
Mr.
unfortunately, and this is gonna be
Vape.
already a little bit of a setback right here for TGT.
It shouldn't
But
matter too much
Foster-
because
but yeah, 'cause
Mualani
Foster is
should
able to at least
instantly
find the big
wipe
hits.
it.
Oh, just barely they catch it before he goes underground.
Wow. Oh, that was on pace indeed, ladies.
It was on pace, but it's gonna be a little close, Foster. Here's the hard part now. How are you gonna clean up the mess that APEP is gonna leave for you right here? Mav, nice 170 hits, but again, they just have to be playing consistently for this.
They have to play off Mualani's AoE hits, if anything, actually.
Yeah, because here's the thing, right at C1, I guess she has the little missiles that can help out a little bit. Nice shot! Foster, acting like Kobe Bryant from the corner of the key, lands a beautiful ultimate, and now they actually have a very competitive AoE pace if Foster can just find this last hit on the clam.
Wait, this is really good. This is looking very solid, actually. The Mualani might have been a cook the whole time. Wow. That was an insane trick shot by Mualani's ult.
Yeah, Foster goes for a little bit of the early absorb, does manage to land the vaporize, and this is looking pretty good for TGT. They just have to find another hit, but it doesn't vape, and this is a problem, as Foster's on downtime, but he needs to get one more shot out of there. One more shark bite, and he finds it.
130. Okay. Oh, but that I'm not sure if they can beat TST though. I'm not sure. Cause this is a vacuum of a team right in itself, right? Like, got two like heavy AoE hitters plus the VV support. Wow. Mualani, Bryant, indeed, Kaizen. Like, that was an that's the best like Mualani targeting I've ever seen in my life. I've never ever seen Mualani do that. Like,
yeah, but here's the thing though, right? Because now Milani is competing against a very, very good AoE team. The vacuum cleaner, the Roomba,
the vacuum
that
cleaner,
is Nivalette and Chaska, because they just have such good AoE, and they're phasing. Yeah, it's ahead by 3 seconds.
There might be 2 seconds. They might be behind. Wait, really? Ahead? I thought they were behind by 2 seconds, if anything.
Oh, no, right. Well, TST right now is up ahead by 3 seconds, and this is going to be a very good position for them to be in.
Oh, here
Goes
we
for a
go.
little bit of the wipe and the Arlecchino ultimate for an early absorb, because here's the thing, right? Popsicle has that luxury of being able to spread Bond of Life wherever he needs it, and it looks like they're going to be consistent, they're going to be coordinated, and this is exactly the kind of staple TST gameplay that you've been seeing all this time.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And there we go. I mean, like, look at that clear pacing. They're basically 10 seconds ahead right now if they can just find this. Yeah, they're 6 seconds up.
And they are indeed. Okay. This
could be the lead for TST right here.
Oh,
and as Arlecchino goes for early absorb,
right here and there.
The damage is coming out. And that 130 is a time that is beat. TST 5-3.
Oh, but now you have to consider, Cuddles, Oceanid. Okay. This is the boss. I'm also very, very excited to see as well.
This is where TGT could turn it around, man. This is where TGT knows a thing or two.
Holy crap. Yeah, like, dude, this overload comp, it will be actually insane. Because again, the cooldown alignments for a C6 Chevy, right? Like the DPS Chevy, plus Mavweka, plus Glorant, like all of this will like line up, right? Like this, we might see some like record beating, like record pacing, like Oceania clears.
No, I'd expect it too, especially because again, like the landscape of ranked has changed dramatically since its first inception. Like, if these players are ready for it, then you know, I think seeing that the buffed Clorin and the buffed Mavweka, I mean Mavweka in a 1.0 boss. Let that sink in. You got Mav reacting off a 1.0 boss. with the
Wait,
buff.
but these are all like great DPSs against a 1.0 like lineup of enemies. To be fair,
Well, that's true. That's
Like-
true. That's true. Yeah, Arley and Lenny definitely really
I'm
good at
expecting
that.
Chevy to also be very strong as well. Like, because this is a Homer Chevy I'm expecting, right? That Foster should be on. I kind of want to see a weapon check, honestly, for the Chevy and see what she's. Oh, it's a dial. Wait, no, this is a support Chevy. Okay, I see. I wonder if a Homer Chevy would be better than a Dialogues of the Desert Chevy. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, we cannot see Foster's Chevy on Showcase, but that's okay because we can see it right here. Wait, they're matching! They're matching weapons. That's so cute.
I mean, healer Chevy is, I guess, what they could ask for at this point. But it's really interesting. I wonder what's taking them so long to get started, though.
Yeah, we'll see.
But here's the
for
thing, you
sure.
know, like there is transit time to Oceanid. I think that's the thing that might take a little while.
Yeah, and no, like, let's see. And as far as I remember, like Oceania is a 5-minute DNF instead of the usual 3-minute, and instead of 1 second bar instead of the 0.5. Yeah, cool.
We might
All right,
have
we'll see
bars,
this Chev target.
We'll see. But I mean, like, hey, you know, Chev getting the proc off of Oceanid itself, and
Wow.
wait,
Wait.
wait.
Instant wipe. The frame
Wait.
perfect Mavol. Oh my days.
I've never seen coordination like that in a while. I mean, like, hey, you have two.
Oh, and the Clone targets that as well. It's crazy.
The AoE is just
That is
insane. I think
crazy.
This is the way. You're witnessing greatness
This
right
is the way. Oh my gosh. Oh my days. Oh my days. Honestly, at this point, do you think Arlecchino might play for like a full bond for like the next boss? Like that might be a case. And
I
here
mean,
we go.
look at the, I mean, like,
Oh.
Lemmy just knows his map timing so
This is
well. It's
so good.
actually insane.
This is some of the best. This is some of the best ever gameplay I've ever seen. Period.
This is just. I don't think I've seen Oceanid played out this perfectly, to say the least. I mean, here, okay,
Levy?
they're gonna struggle. Oh no, they have
Levy?
Clorindalt. They have Day
They
on
have
Clorin to cover the
TGT?
AoE.
Oh my
Here
God.
we go. They
Lemmy,
need to go ahead and
Foster,
close that out.
Day? Lemmy, Foster, Day,
Good
listen
stuff,
to me.
good
This
stuff.
is some of the best gameplay I've ever seen in Oceanid, in history, and just in general. The frame perfect. Like, I can see that you have all practiced this.
They practice. They
Like-
care. And here's Lemmy has another ult. Lemmy has another ult. He's gonna go ahead and try and sink it one more time.
Oh my gosh.
This is gonna be the last little
is
set of Hydro
amazing.
minions for them to knock out.
This
Lemmy
is amazing.
calls it, and it looks like he's saving ult for next, but it's still a very competitive clear. Because all Clorins and Mavweka need to do is come over here and finish the show. But now Lemmy's on downtime, so better close that out.
Awkward
Clorin.
there, right there. They edged it a little bit, but you know, 155. That is.
Okay,
so
155 is definitely a good time. It's, I mean, like we've seen 2 minute. I think sub 2 minute is acceptable, but you know, you definitely saw the way they were playing. I think that
Yes.
ending could have just cleaned.
Sub to. I think we know who to give the Mav Mastery to. Holy crap! Like holy crap! TGT, you have impressed the audience tonight. Let's just say that.
Well, here's the thing, because I think TGT knows that their pacing is so good for Oceanid that they literally don't need to worry about much else.
Yeah. Remind me again how character masteries go again. Is it just you play them the most and like you win them the most in league matches?
Yeah, so the way character mastery is going to work, it usually, has to do with like best performance on a specific character or memorable moments. Basically, you know,
I
if there's a
see.
character that you are going to be remembered for after playing throughout the season, then that's going to be your character. I mean, I think for what it's worth, I think Lemmy deserves that Mavlika, but it does come down to a little bit of a staff vote and a little bit of player decision as well. So
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, I'm excited for this Masters. Oh, we'll see Popsicle aura farming with that Kino gliding though.
he's just good. What can I say? Kyo could have honestly done the same thing if she wanted to charge it.
Yeah, no, she is. Yeah. Oh my days, and I believe Choska flew in as well. Like, oh my gosh, they got a dramatic entrance into Oceania. It's so funny to see.
But wait, so it looks like they are gonna sacrifice this boss. So no, it doesn't look like I'm seeing a Lenny coming out. You know, it does look like they're just trying to stack HP. Oh, if anything, they're probably gonna sack this boss. There's what I'm thinking. Popsicle, a lot of little guys, right?
Might be a
Could
play.
easily 200 bond. Easy 200 bond, and we'll set him up for next.
Yeah, for sure.
Because Drake is coming up.
Wait.
Wait,
Oh
is it
my god,
not-
Full Bond Arla versus Foster's Morlani. Wait.
Because I
Okay,
think
okay.
yeah, if this is in this Ocean, it is team 1 draft, so the next one's gonna be a team 2 draft, which would be Drake. But yeah, looks like they're gonna go up for the heals. I mean, you can see Popsicle. He likes playing macro with Arlecchino, just likes sitting out and taking his time. And I mean, you can't really go anywhere else for a better example. I mean, if you're giving Popsicle team 2, he's gonna farm bond. Like the second you lose, or the second you have like a contestable slow time, he's farming bond off of you. And I think it's just really apparent with this.
He is looking for Bond. Looking for Bond indeed. And look at that, the second Bond going in. Oh, actually clears it this time, though, but that's okay, yeah, because they're gonna definitely like play just passively and patiently, just to secure that Drake contest. And honestly, that is a smart decision to make, because holy crap, that record pacing, Oceania time was insane.
But it's going to be a question now of how they want to go ahead and, get player healed up. I think that's the last thing they're really missing right here. I think Popsicle, there you go, stacks versus
Yeah,
200.
200 all.
And he wants to leave. Oh, but he got tagged on the way out.
He got a little tagged, yeah.
A little suboptimal, but I mean, hey, A player's still here, and I mean, if Kyo wants to heal him back up, then she absolutely has every opportunity to. But it looks like they're going to go ahead and back 132 for the DNF. Again,
Okay.
trying to contest a similar time.
Full Bond, Popsicle Arlet up against Foster's Morlani. This is
That is a competition.
battle.
Andre!
This is D1v1 of the ages. Oh, unfortunately, Chaska did take lethal though.
Oh, wait. That is... Oh,
Wow.
that's going to be something to be concerned about for sure. A player.
Yeah. It
Not
shouldn't matter too
leaving
much
it.
though, because she should be here for the VV buff anyway. But
Yeah, that is
yeah,
true.
like-
In this specific role, I would argue that Chaska is definitely going to be survival, but it's going to be a rough call for Tech if they're able to. But in the meantime,
interesting.
while they go ahead and sort that out, this is the
We're gonna see.
performance we've been waiting for. Okay, here's the thing,
does
right?
Morlani have ult back? Actually,
Milani's. I think Milani can get ult back, right? But here's what I'm looking at right now, because Milani is gonna have to do 3+1. I mean, you saw the rotation. Right?
Yeah,
she's gonna do
up
her
against Full Bond Arla.
3 hits, ult, and has to go into next rotation. So, which honestly, that could be like about a 23 second clear. 25, 23. It really depends on. I think 23 actually, but it depends on how well they're gonna be able to execute that. If Mav and Shiloh and Milani, if they're able to somehow squeeze extra damage in before the boss ends, or before that first rotation,
Here they go.
could
Here
get
they
a
go.
22.
They got the setup. Okay.
There you
Okay.
go. There's Scrolls 1, and there's Mav. Mav lands a vape just barely in time, but I don't know how they're gonna play this out, because here's the thing: Foster early E'd.
hit.
Yeah, so now this is gonna be a little unfortunate. He does go into the end of the rotation here, but now again has to re-scroll. This is where they have to do a little bit of a lengthy reset up, and it doesn't kill on the first hit either, but Foster does manage to
25,
secure
honestly,
25.
Yeah. Oh, that is scary. That can be beatable by a full Bond Arlet, by Popsicle himself.
Oh,
100%.
certainly. Especially when you have a Chaska and a Nivelette supporting you. I mean, it's just... It's sufficient.
Yeah.
I would definitely argue it's enough.
Yeah, oh my days. Yeah, so it's looking like we're still going on the tech issue, actually. Apparently so. Yeah, the boss Duke is actually that big, and so it's looking like we're gonna pass forward to Drake.
Yep. And here's the thing, right? There's your full-on Arlie for you. There's your BB Chaska for you. You want to do damage, and here it is.
It is like, oh, I'm
TST
excited
still,
to see.
TST is still debating over trying to get a tech call, but I don't know. I don't happen to see. Yeah, I don't happen to see a clip at the moment, so I don't know if we have really enough to go off of to say.
Oh, it could be a moment where maybe Chaska actually like already TP out the arena, but for some reason the enemies still hit.
Yeah, no, that's because that's the thing. I mean, hey, you know, if you're gonna play a character like Chaska with massive mobility, maybe you'd want to leave the area first before trying to open your map.
Yeah, while he already left and TP'd. Yeah, okay. Now I kind of see the
Yeah.
issue. But, you know,
Here
we
we go.
move on.
I mean, they move on with this, and I still think, for what it's worth, they still have a very competitive and very solid
Yeah,
plan
I
for
mean,
TST.
look, this is like a devastating force. Like, oh my gosh. This could potentially be a match point, if anything. And TGT has to win the remaining bosses of Swanee, of I'm not sure what the other bosses are. Wait, so we have Swanee and Baptist, that's right.
Yeah, I think Baptist is definitely going to be happening next. Then Swanee immediately after that for the Sinker. But here's the thing, right? I think definitely TST is going to be able to secure the Swanee, and TGT again doesn't have the cryo for it. So that could be like a really big issue that they're going to have to somehow figure out how to address.
No, for sure. Because the Baptiste elements are cryo, pyro, electro, right? As far as I remember. So yeah, it's like interesting how the remaining bosses will go. And like, I'm still not over like the Cryovine and Oceanic runs though. Like those were like the highlights of the match for me. But anyway, it's looking like we're getting a clip from A player's side.
Oh, it killed me.
We'll verify and see whether the tech is verified or not. But
We'll have to.
It's
I want to
looking
see what the refs, what our refs say.
yeah. So it's looking like the yeah. So the senior well, seniors.
Yeah,
The,
thank you to our
yes,
senior ref
Steph.
Wafer.
To go about it.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, we may have to move on to Drake. I mean, regardless, like this is a very winnable Drake. Anyway, right? It's like,
Yep. And it looks like calls will come in from senior officials, and they do want to say that is not a tech.
all right, here we go. Unleashing the Arlecchino full front. Look at that. Oh my gosh. This is gonna be insane. This is insane.
I mean, again, like you have good gameplay right here coming off of Popsicle, and he's consistent with his N3Ds, and you can tell he's going into an N5 right there because he's low on stay on, but it doesn't really matter because Drake is their home, and they will make sure that they win it with only one boss left on the clock.
And it's looking like it's a match point. And oh my gosh. Okay, so TGT now has to win both Swanee and Baptist. And oh, this is really tipping into the favor
Yeah,
of
this
TGT.
is Yeah, I mean, the next stuff that's lined up is just in the favor of TST because they have more versatility, right? TGT is gonna have to be anchored on this Milani team, and unless they execute it well, I'm not saying that they can, but they're gonna have to execute this super, super well if they want this match to come to close the way they want it.
Yeah, for
Okay,
sure.
because keep in
We
mind, like,
saw
right,
them
if they go into overtime, then the Arlecchino's not gonna have any bond. You saw that clear pace. That clear pace was like what, a 23? So that 23 is super, super contestable when you have a perfect Milani rotation, which they can afford to set up for next round.
Yeah. Oh wait, do they have Arlecchino Bond for next boss? I actually didn't see.
They should. They. I'm pretty sure they did. I saw Pop Skull leave with
Yeah,
enough.
remember,
At the very
yeah.
least.
Okay, so
But,
we saw
yeah.
them practice Baptist in the prep time, so we'll see if they remember how it goes about and see if they remember. And here we go, Moalani going in. Oh, playing for all as well. You saw the early like skill absorption. So they are. Oh, I think they're immediately going into a start. Yeah, okay. And here they
And here we
Oh,
go
beautifully.
with a
Wow.
nice symmetric
beautifully
distribution
seen.
right there. But they know what they're doing, and look at that. They're prepared compared to last time. There we
And
go.
Moalani ult right here.
411. They'll
quite
take
solid.
411. They go into another ult right here, and they just need to have one more session for break. Fata holding down the charge attack as much as he possibly
and the
can.
finish, 33, amazingly played by Baptiste.
It's just,
Wow.
man, they know what they're doing, and they're here to play. Oh, this is their show.
It's a beautiful synergy as well. They know their players. They can work together so well. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy to think about it. Like, oh my days.
At this point, you just have to like
It's
wonder,
really
like,
Swanee. It's really Swanee that like I'm concerned about though, because TGT does have no crier. So I wonder like how that's gonna play out.
Sorry, I'm kind of at a loss for words here because I'm trying to piece this together.
No,
in my
I
mind.
don't blame you. I do not blame you at all.
Like there's an
Like-
outcome where TGT wins and there's an outcome of where TST wins, and both of them are still on the table.
No, and regardless, this has been such an amazing fight. It's always TST versus TGT, always having these insane like scores, like these insane matchups. It's
And yeah, insane
to
is
think
like just
about.
the best way to describe it. Chaska go ahead and breaks off the Electro Nivelette, make sure the Pyro's
Oh,
out.
they break it so fast as well. Wait a minute.
And maybe this is where TST might be able to take it home. This could be where TST
could
has
be it.
decided. This is their home.
Is their third match, their third place security, right here and there. GG's. Congrats to TST for making it to third place, and great job to TGT for like just an amazing performance throughout the whole match. Congrats
Man.
to both teams. Oh, what do you think? Oh, I'm at a loss for words. I am at a
I
loss
actually,
for words.
okay, I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't expecting that ending. I wasn't expecting TST to actually bring it together so well. I thought it was gonna go into the 6-5 and then pull out the Swanee and then there'd be the win. But this was definitely different. I
This
mean,
was
like,
such an amazing cuddles, like this. Oh my god, every single match in these brackets have been phenomenal. Like the semifinals and like the third place matches, and I'd imagine the finals would also go amazingly. This has been such a peak season towards the end.
it's just,
Like,
it's genuinely like such a remarkable matchup to be able to witness these two teams that
Yes.
play on such a high level, and
We-
just being able
yes,
to
and we
see
will-
that execution.
yeah, exactly. That execution was like, oh my god, the executions from both teams have been so good, and yeah, like, congratulations to TST, and like we will miss all of y'all like next season, like, wow.
I mean,
What a way to
here's-
send it off.
Yeah, like here's what I was thinking, right? Like we're staring at this board. The Drake time definitely came in close. I think a lot of it could have been Foster cleaning up the maybe like TGT as a whole, really cleaning up the Milani on Drake. Just at least if they got like another vape off, they got, you know, full shark bites off. I think it definitely could have been a lot more powerful for them just to see their clear. But
Mm.
it's just super unfortunate. It did end that way for TGT. And again, because like here's the thing, right? Baptist definitely was a very good time for Milani. Again, you could tell she was like struggling by herself, right? To try and get rid of that pyro shield. So for what it's worth, I mean, they played well. They played really the best they could on so many of these bosses. And I think that's honestly what's like the most impressive part about everything.
Yeah, for sure. Should we go over to the interview section then and just pass the mics over to like the winning teams? Like,
Yeah. I mean,
and
hello guys.
Hello.
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 Good to see you all again. Hello, Lemmy as well. I mean,
yeah, how are y'all feeling, TST, for securing the third place of season 3? 3 for
A bit
3.
nostalgic because this might be our last match together for a while, but it was a great one, and we had fun this season.
Yeah, no, it
Yeah.
was a climactic way to go like end off of, and I'm so proud for all of you all for like making it this far and just like executing and performing to the best of your abilities and like across all these bosses. So like props. No, like these drafts, like I mean, how did you all feel about the second like half picks, like with the Cryovine, the Oceanid? Like it must have been wild to see, right?
Yeah, well, we
Yeah, it's
knew that we are
great
not
time.
going to win this, so we're just gonna pick the bosses that we like the most, like just for fun,
They're so
like
evil.
go out with a bang, you know.
No, and you definitely did. You all definitely went out with a big bang. Like, you like congrats to like making like a record pacing Oceanic clear. Like the frame perfect mob weekend nuke hits and just everything about it. And the Chevy Cook as well. That was something I was not expecting on seeing.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, like some lag happened and Chevy wasn't able to break the Corolla in fast enough for Cryovine, so we could have got like 7 seconds.
Oh yeah, funny thing is all of the OG like TST members are in the VC. Oh my gosh. It's such a good like
Where's Miles?
I want to get
Where is
Miles in here.
Miles?
We gotta get him in here.
They can't say
Okay,
OG
just to
TST,
clarify,
come on.
chat. Miles is not actually racist. He just has an ongoing bit going on. That's all. It's an inside joke. I don't support racism. I do the exact opposite. But I wanted to put this out here because I know mods are gonna come down on my neck the second I leave this VC.
Cuddles.
Anyway, but in all seriousness, though, TST, TGT, I'm really proud of both of you guys.
Drag him in.
Wait, he's here. Hey, Miles.
Miles!
Hi, Mike.
Miles!
Oh man, how's it? Okay, first of all, how does it feel to see your two teams and all your friends go against each other? There he is.
Hey Miles.
I'm Miles.
He has no words.
Has he speech? Oh, there he is. Wait.
He's speechless.
Wait, can I rejoin? Hold up.
Oh, there you
Wait,
go. There
we
you
can
go.
hear you,
Hi.
we can
There
hear
he
you.
is.
We can
There
hear
he
you,
is.
we can hear you.
I have no friends.
Okay, come on. Is that all you have to say?
I mean, it's a torture to watch, but it's also fun. Like, it's the last time when like they went head to head. It was like a roller coaster kind of a match, like last season. So this season, like they put on like a crazy performance. Like, I was like, stressing in a way because I love both teams and they're all my friends and like why do they always have to face each other, man? Like they face this is like the second time this
fate.
season.
It's
It's so
because they're
sad.
good.
It's fake.
Because
It
you're
is
friends
fake.
with great players, Miles. I think that's something you just have to be proud of, you know? As general manager of TST and then a CEO, or not CEO, sorry, as like the lead executive of TGT that, you know, left the company in 2024 for some reason. Like, I think you did a phenomenal job, and I'm really proud to have you here today with us.
I mean, honestly, like about the TST break thing, like it's gonna be sad without them next season. But I'm sure if they come back, they will come back stronger than ever. So I'm not really worried about that. And for TGT, like there's a lot of like try and error this season. Like at the beginning when when you guys were put together as a team, I was rooting for you guys from the start, so I'm proud that you guys have came this far. But even though like you guys didn't win this match, like the coordination like in this match is incredible. Like that record run for Oceanit was genuinely one of the most insane thing I've ever watched. So thank you for putting such
100%.
amazing
I mean, they
performance.
played it
100%.
so well. I mean, you saw like how it was like gone in the blink of an eye every time Lemmy
Yeah,
pressed Q.
dude, that no, okay, I'll be for real. That math ultimate gave me goosebumps. Like that was some like thing you would see on like an anime. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, we just practiced for 2 hours, but I think we got it pretty much down.
Surpasses
you-
that we did not
yeah.
expect at all in the second half.
I
Like,
mean,
Lemmy,
it's
how are
kind
you
of
guys-
acceptable.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to
We
hear.
hope
I
to
want to
get
hear
first
about how you
half,
guys are
so-
doing.
Yeah.
Oh, Popsicle, how do you feel about unleashing your Arlecchino full bond, like into some of these bosses?
you know,
Like,
Definitely, it wasn't completely full potential because our chance unfortunately died at the TPUA point. But yeah, it was definitely really great to see. I think this is one of my first times playing Arlecchino this season, even.
yeah, wow. For good reason, right? Like everyone is scared of the like Arlecchino in the hands of the Popsicle. So it's like no wonder why it's like you like rarely get to see like Popsicle play Arlecchino into these drafts.
Back to the boss topics though, like we were maybe somewhat expecting Ocean, but definitely not Cryovine and Baptist. Oh my god. Those were pretty crazy.
Yeah,
Pick.
but Baptist was just a last minute pick. But
Baptist
we
is always really
definitely
good for
planned
throwing people
for
off their feet, I
Cryovine
feel.
and Oceanit.
Surely we delete Oceania and let TGT just hold the world record.
Oh my gosh.
Honestly, I hate
We're
Ocean.
just
Fuck
set
that
in
boss.
stone.
Screw that boss.
Yeah, but like, yeah, like well played to everyone. Like, congrats to both teams. And
Yeah, and especially, I mean, hey, to TST, it's been an honor having you this last year. I think you guys have done an incredible job. I think your performance in ranked has been exceptional, to say the least. And I'm very glad that you were able to end your current career with a win.
We'll be
Nice.
back someday. Promise.
At least I don't have
we'll
to
be back
see.
someday in the future. Yeah,
At
yeah.
least I don't have to see my friends torturing each other again for a while.
Who knows what's gonna happen next season though?
Dude,
Yeah.
like if like if there's a world where Popsicle's gonna versus and Popsicle and Levy versus Kyo and A player, I think I'm gonna crash out. So
Oh, that'll be vile. That'll be foul.
But
But
yeah,
like of a matchup to see. And well no, we'll see. And yeah, like you know, like it's the great like thank you again to like all the players for giving us this like this match for everyone to see and witness like just amazing plays and amazing performances. And oh my gosh, we got to see the Kokomi be drafted again.
Kokomi. Thank you for drafting Kokomi.
Yeah, that's just a healer pick. The best
Can I
healer.
The best healer, real.
The best
And
healer.
she's getting a rerun. Oh my god. It's been forever.
Cannot
Forever!
believe it.
Can I ask about the Shori
Cannot
pick?
believe it.
Oh yeah, Chiori.
What was the Shori pick?
Oh,
Oh, it's because we needed a second character for Lemmy, and because it didn't really matter what we picked because you got your 5th and 6th, we decided to get Chiori for him.
yeah, just at least let me play Shiori. You know.
Fair enough.
No, I reckon. I mean, is there anything else you all want to mention, like before we kind of
both teams are great. I love you guys, all of you guys. You guys are amazing.
Yeah, I'm really happy that my team stick together throughout the whole season. Like, it's been almost 2 months, right? Like, 5 weeks of Swiss stage. We even played 1 week, like an extra week for the tiebreaker, and then throughout the whole knockout stage, I'm happy that we're still together and yeah, I'm proud of everyone here. So good job to my TGT teammates, and hey, congrats to TST.
Yeah, congratulations to both teams. Oh my gosh, can you all believe this is like the second to last match until the grand finals that's happening in 10 hours from now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
And those
No,
of us
but-
are going to be working.
Yeah,
It's time for you
literally.
to be sweating.
Man, I gotta wake up early tomorrow for this. Unlucky.
I just want to say to the two grand finalists that, you know, you guys made this far. I'm sure you two both will be great, and whoever ends up, you know, being passed on the torch, just wish both teams good luck.
Oh yeah, we will have teams carry on the mantle of TST. We will try our best to replicate the print that TST has left behind for season 4, and just absolutely carry it out.
Honestly, I'm really excited for tomorrow's match too, the grand finals. That's gonna be an amazing matchup, VLG versus Uwu.
The rematch.
All right, Cuddles, Rayon, we gotta lock in. Lynn, if you're watching, we gotta lock in too. Okay.
You got it, Chief.
Like, all right. Well, no, thank you all for coming to see. Thank you to the audience for coming to watch the performances, and yeah, like congratulations.
Thank you, Wafer, for
to
doing
both teams.
production.
And thank you, yeah,
Thank you,
Wafer,
refs.
for
Thank you, refs.
production. And thank you, Bobo and Lynn, the two court refs for this match.
Thank you, Bobo and Bobo, for subbing in last minute as ref. And thank you, Joe Man, for subbing in last minute for me.
All
You guys did a
right,
phenomenal job.
we're about to
Yes.
head out now. Thank you all for coming to see, and we'll see you in the tomorrow's
See you
grand
tomorrow.
finale. See y'all.
Bye, guys.